Makes sense. Oh, Jesus, you fucking.
And there we go.
Leave me alone.
DOG on Q knows that we are live. Welcome to the late session, everybody. We are like 20 seconds early.
So. Started. Oh, you went early? Oh, okay.
Pew pew. I had to do it, man. And I knew DOG would sing us in with an intro song.
All right, well, I was just doing it for you guys, but if you're gonna go live with it, now he got quiet. See, he was just doing it for you guys too. Welcome to Late Sesh.
It's not sharp. I use that to cut all the stuff for the sip.
Welcome to the late session, everybody. What is going on? It's that time again, man.
We've been live for 40 seconds, man.
We've been live for 40 seconds. Sometimes you got to draw these things out a little bit, you know. A little variety to these shows is always a good thing.
I'm gonna it's getting loud over here. We're doing some MacGyvering.
MacGyvering. Yep. Welcome back. Anything Grows. Good to see you.
Hello. Hey, guys.
Hello.
I'm trying to do what Nuttree did last night. He made his own grab bong in commemoration with you, Baked, and I'm going to take a fucking hit with you if I can get this cut open.
Sweet.
Well, Baked has already had 2 full rips off of his just in the pre-show alone.
Yeah, I did a Tangy Cookie Burger. The first one was real smooth, Spartan.
Really?
But second one wasn't. Yeah, so.
The second one in the same bowl, or you mean you?
Yeah, second hit of the same bowl.
That's gonna.
But the first one was way smoother than whatever we hit the other day. And Fatso, because I did Fatso on the show last night.
Yeah.
But this was smoother than that, TCB. But it's been curing a little bit longer, too.
I think there's a lot, too, also, like the draw. Like when you put the gravity bong down into, you know, the starting position like it is now, if you draw it up, like if you pull on it fairly quick, I feel like it doesn't get like as milky of a hit. But if you go slow as shit, and just let it creep up.
There's a balance though, because you have to kind of jerk it to get that suction going.
You got to jerk it to get the suction going.
Jesus, I mean, you have to quickly go.
PG-13. What happened here?
Come on, Bake. This is a late session.
Come on.
I'm explaining it, and you're making it into what it's not. But
this must be prime time.
You have to see, like, if I go too slow, I can feel that I got no resistance, no water resistance. But there's you get like a little bit of, I feel it now, and then you go slow. You know what I mean? That initial suction force.
Yeah, have you watched them do that? What you're talking about is you're pulling up fast enough so that the water level inside the inner one is higher than the outside, and then you let go and it starts to catch back up again. That's what you're feeling.
Yep. Yeah. See, exactly. That's how I can feel it, and then boom, you're good to go. Yeah, we'll have to do one. I'm ripped.
Fly, bro. Oh, and I asked him if he had his RSO already, and he concurred that he had.
Yeah, I took that a while ago. Like 8. I get bored with the late session. I'm like, man, it's till 11 o'clock. What am I going to do till then? And
I thought you would watch C-SPAN or some kind of 24-hour news thing or something. You know, what do old folks watch?
There's not much to watch these days.
Do they still have In the Heat of the Night or Matlock or Perry Mason or anything? Does that run blocks that you can watch?
None of that sounds familiar.
Mm-hmm.
You guys
got one complete, guys. I separated them.
How's the height? What happens when it touches the bottom?
Look at the freaking width of that, though. That's a girthy.
Oh wow. Okay.
Who's bringing it where?
I'm just stating the obvious.
Now you gotta get a hole into the cap.
Yeah,
you gotta fix the cap on that.
We used to grab scissors, and we'd hold the cap with the scissors, and then we'd have a lighter and just quickly do this. Right. Well, it melted until you can poke something through. Yeah. But yeah, the scissors were your tongs.
Yeah. I'm just gonna take my torch and a screwdriver.
Yeah, we didn't have torches back then. That would have been so useful.
Come on, man. You didn't have these back then? Come on.
There was no fire.
We weren't dabbing, dude. We were smoking mids.
Yeah, but these were for like if you had camping, you should have had.
We
Cheers,
didn't.
Daddy
We
Red.
weren't gonna be like, oh, let's go grab that.
Cheers, Daddy Red.
My dad didn't
DOG
have one of
said cheers,
those.
too.
I didn't have one of those.
Cheers, Uncle Rick.
What was
I
that?
like the
I can't
shirt,
get
Skilbo.
DOG's not letting me. Sorry, guys.
Thank you, Baked.
I just noticed that the space mushroom. Ba-ba.
Yeah.
Cosmic
Couple-
fungi.
There's more than
Cosmic
one.
fungi. I like it.
There's
That should
gray
be a
one in that.
band.
That would be
Hey,
a
we're
cool
the
band.
cosmic fungi. We're about to blow your mind. Wow, 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 wow.
So you don't
There's
start
Thinking of
a
wah-wah
Cosmic
pedals.
Knot that always does the cannabis events and the psychedelic events.
Who?
Cosmic Knot. They hook up.
Oh, Cosmonaut.
They hook up sound MIDI components to plants and mushrooms and stuff, and get I don't know, audio signals off of their vibrations, off their actual wavelengths that they're emitting. It's pretty cool. And then
I've
they jam to it. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'd have to see that. See what.
So they'll have like a cannabis plant, and then they'll have their MIDI player with the electrodes hooked up to the cannabis plant, and then they're
Oh, I think I've seen something like
this
that.
weird. You get
The
weird
sound of the plant, yeah.
Yeah.
You get weird sounds that come off the plant. You know.
Sounds of the universe,
depending on
dude.
I think you'd like that,
Two
Big.
third
That's your.
octave or something, and yeah, it's pretty
It's a
cool.
lot like that robot music a little bit.
Yeah,
Robot
there's
music.
chill robot music, so you have that might be
Oh
nice.
my god! Before Emily gets back in the room, it smells so much like burnt plastic in this house. Right
Yeah, you gotta make sure that thing cools down. You're not smoking plastic fumes.
Answer deliciously dope. Yes, they were. At
That's why I love this thing, because they made it all glass. For the first time in my life, I have a nice gravity bomb that I don't have to worry about.
yeah.
Like, should I be hitting this material?
Do not
Yeah.
put a torch to a socket wrench, right?
we just got back from this nice little spot.
We've done that.
We went to Blue Sky Brewery over in Onstead, but there's another one over in Jackson, probably a little closer to you guys.
A what?
It's called Blue Sky Brewery. There's 3 of them in the
Oh.
state. It's a little micro brewery, but they've got 3 of them. We went to the one. It's a winery, so it's a beer and wine license type place. The original joints in Jackson, though, it was a airplane hangar. The owner's a pilot, so he takes all of his staff out on joyrides and shit like that. And yeah, really cool little spot, man. Little really nice big. The one in Onstead's like a brand new building, but I guess that the original joint's a refurbished hangar. So it's like an airplane hangar. It's up in Jackson somewhere. It's called
Oh,
Blue Sky Brewery. They had
that's
a
probably
full
over near
line
the
of beer,
airport.
all in-house brewed beer. Really good IPA. And then all their wines are really good. They have some grapes growing in the the hill behind their Onstead place. I don't think they're growing any grapes in Jackson, but currently they
We
outsource.
got, okay, I say there is a winery right outside of Jackson for sure. There's 2.
There's a bunch. Yeah, right on US 12. There's like 3 right there by me. That's why
On 94, you can see it. You can see 94. You can see all the grapevine.
Yeah, Irish Hills, man. Irish Hills is one of Michigan's largest wine industries. Irish Hills is one of the nation's largest wine industries outside of like California. That's why I absolutely treasure that area. You know, it just has such fertile soil and hills and water, dude. We're at 1,000 feet with just so much water. There's 100 lakes, 1,000 feet and 100 lakes. It's so fucking cool. Buddy, stop it. So
Oh, DOG.
1,000 feet, 100 lakes.
how much flooding?
Yeah, that'd be neat. Well,
Happy full moon, everybody. I'm gonna pause this.
there's a full moon, I guess, we got tonight. Blue Kiss
Last night.
says.
Tonight? Oh, okay.
So does that mean we're supposed to be awake?
I don't know. I'm always awake, man.
No, you're not. Not in the
You never
morning.
sleep. Yeah, no shit.
And I'm always awake at night. That's what I'm saying.
You're not awake when you're asleep.
That's a good point. But at this hour, I'm usually always awake.
Don't be pedantic, Baked.
Alright.
No, always awake. I've seen him. I've seen him in the mornings before, Monster.
A little rough.
Yeah, a little sluggish.
I don't know what he's talking about. He's making up
Nah,
stories.
this fucking.
Oh yeah, right.
They know how to do a grav bomb the right way. How do I start? Do I start with it out? Do I start with it in?
Start with
No, in.
Okay.
So it's on a stable. Is it on a stable table?
Yeah, I've got it on my lap.
All right. So one hand on the Tropicana neck. Yep. And the other hand is gonna light it.
Okay.
And then you're gonna start. When it's
Just
on
light it
fire,
and then
you pull up.
Okay.
Oh, you're
Keep it
frozen.
boiling.
There we go. There we go.
Okay, so
Pull.
now you see how it's filling up?
Yep.
Pull the bowl.
Yeah, as long as you have a cherry, you can pull the bowl. Yep.
Now I got water.
Oh,
Fucking
Kristen
noob.
Kristen did.
Got a little scuba snack.
Oh, you went down too fast.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you go too fast,
She's got
water
the water
straight
level
in.
perfect.
I can get water in this one too, even with the long neck. It's just how it's designed. You gotta go slow on the down one.
There it is.
Luckily, it's the first hit, so the water probably wasn't too foul.
Super clean, yeah. It's not smoking.
Yeah.
I guess if you're gonna have to take a mouthful of bong water, you would rather do it on the first hit, right?
Yeah.
But that's the thing with the gravity bong is that way less smoke comes out at first. A lot of it gets stuck in your lungs and you're coughing.
That's why you're coughing forever. Let me check on this dog.
All right, she's gonna go number 2.
Oh, you go back in?
Yeah, I gotta do a real one.
Okay,
That was a real one. But you can do it.
Yeah, that was a real one.
Now, just a pro tip here.
Uh-huh.
You shouldn't have packed it yet. Take the bowl out.
Oh.
There, not good. Because that pushes air up when you push it down.
Gotcha. Also, the bowl, I had it like really in there because I thought I don't know why, but I thought it was gonna stay in there, and then I'm like, wait, where do I pull from? So I only have it in there slightly. So
You want a good seal?
All right, there you go. Redeem time, man. Redeem
You want me
time.
to light it? Or you got it?
No, I want to do it.
Do your thing.
All right, slow pull.
You're
Nice and
doing good.
slow.
Yep. There you go. Perfect.
Oof.
It's like.
Oof.
That's just
All righty. There you go.
That's Mac 1.
cute.
All right. Cleaning it.
Go.
It works. So if you don't want to spend however
money.
much on that cute thing, you can DIY your own redneck.
And she literally, what'd you take? 10 minutes?
Yep.
Less.
Impressive.
Your turn.
I ain't fucking with no plastic.
It's that deep smoke. Man.
I'm bougie. I've tried the blast now.
I'm bougie. Nate's not even at the computer lab.
I ain't trying plastic, he said. Come on, dog.
Come on, dog.
No, he's talking to his dog. He's not talking to me.
I'm laughing at you.
Why can't it be both, right?
But in all fairness, as a man who's done 1,000 gravity bongs at home, I think the best container is, the Hawaiian punch. It's like kind of square. That's going to be your vessel on the fly.
That's the bottom.
Yeah, you just cut off the top and you can make it however tall you need it, and then you get a 2 liter.
2 liter. Yeah.
Like a regular 2 liter pop.
I mean, you
But,
could just get a 20 ounce too. You don't need that much smoke on that. It's a dry head.
Well, if you're trying to burn everything in your bowl.
You know those big
Burn your face off.
big like tubs that you put a keg in. Keep it
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, like a wash tub.
Yeah, a little
Oh
wash
yeah.
tub. Get one of them bad boys, and then you get one of those 5-gallon water jugs.
Yep.
The water
5
jug
gallon water jug, Jesus.
from
Yeah.
Kroger or something. You drink your water, of course.
or what you do is you get one of those
that.
things they turn upside down in the water cooler things. I don't know what you call it.
Water jug. That's what I said. 5 gallon water.
Yeah, 5 gallon
So
water.
if you cut but if you were
At the bottom.
to take the
We're on the same page, Spark.
the fat bottom, cut the bottom off, and just sink it in the pool. Just bam.
Yep.
Oh,
You can do
shit.
a pool. You can do a pool. I've done a pool one.
Yeah, but that's chlorine water. You don't want to take that bong water, right?
Well, yeah, don't take the
What do you
bottom water.
mean?
He's saying don't
clean.
push it too far. He's saying don't push it.
Well, did you pee in it?
No, but
you
like
get into it?
you're
Okay.
telling me you've swam in a pool and you've never gotten chlorine water in your mouth and been like, oops.
It's an end. It's a
Weren't
wrap.
you okay? Weren't you okay? Yeah. I'm just saying, like, you're not supposed to get water in your mouth when you do a gravity bong.
There he
people.
goes with that pedantic shit again.
That's not pedantic. That's instructions.
I see.
If you're getting water in your mouth, you gotta alter your downward motion. So that's the point.
So now you can have like a
You were
volcano.
very careful how you said that.
Like a volcano. style.
Yeah. I thought it out real quick.
You thought it out. You didn't want to get burned 3 times in one
Volcano
show in the
gravity
first.
I'll get burned again, I'm sure tonight.
Maybe. A good time will be had either way.
Yep. Maybe, yeah. Didn't somebody, was the last night or tonight that said put Keef on top?
Yes, that was last night's chat.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that tonight.
There you go.
That's a good idea.
Anything gross? How you holding
I
up
got
over
some
there?
really
over there?
old red
Oh,
stuff.
I'm good. I want to do another one.
Oh,
But
well,
he's
then-
got the phone.
This is
It's a good idea
grape
to like get it in.
Jolie.
The problem is like unless that like one gravity bong like takes the entire thing in, it's just gonna like smolder and burn while you're
Mhm.
setting it off to the
Do
side.
smaller snaps, man.
Yeah, so you don't want to use that much of it, or else you're just gonna waste it in the bowl.
Well, I mean,
While
like,
you're taking your gravity.
I got Keef to just blow.
Right? You ready? Anything grows? You going back
And
in?
it's getting kind of old. I should probably smoke it.
It's getting kind of old.
Always smoke your hash.
Yeah. So
Imagine a gravity bong with a hash stone.
gravity bong with a what? Oh yeah, that'd be
A
neat.
hash stone. Man, that would be.
Somehow, yeah, you would have to do like a hot
You have to
plate.
do a hash dome to a hookah, and then the hookah whip to the fucking.
Yep.
I want to get one of these water jugs again. Cut the bottom.
Well, at that point, I could probably.
Top
Oh, I don't have an 18 millimeter dab banger.
I've got
If I had an 18 millimeter dab banger, I could put it in here,
Oh,
and we could be rocking and rolling some frigoroli through the gravity bong.
for science.
And then
bro.
might taste good. It might taste good through a fucking.
That actually might solve
You'd
the
have
taste.
to clean. You'd have disclaimer. You have to clean your bong first.
Hey, Big, what's
That
that just
right
to the
there would
left of
ruin
that?
your flavor.
What do you got right
What?
there to the left of that? That green thing.
Sprite.
Yeah, look at that thing. You can put your hash in there.
Just
I
draw
don't
that.
advise smoking out of aluminum.
I don't
Get your
either,
10
but
cents
you can
back.
put your hash in there.
What do you mean, like
He's
storage?
already-
Or are you
he's
talking
already
about-
acclimated. See how quickly he's acclimated.
Or are
to
you
the
talking about like
temperature?
this?
He knows.
You
that's
could
what
do
it's like.
that too.
Yeah.
There
yeah.
you go.
No, don't do that. That's bad for your lungs. All this ink,
Well,
and then the
there's plastic-
aluminum. What do they
well,
call
there's
it?
plastic on-
Strychnine?
There's plastic on the inside of those cans too. So
Used to
there's a
pull
plastic-
our earrings out of our
Yes.
ears,
Plastic
pull our
lining.
diamond studs out of our ears, or fake diamond studs out of our ears, and go and pop them, pop the holes. in
I remember
the-
being at the LAN center and we were playing games, and my buddy, we walk outside. He's like, I want to go outside. It was an all-nighter thing, and he pulls out some weed, and I wasn't smoking yet, and he's like, "Oh, you want some?" I was like, "Nah." And then he canned it, and I was just like, "That's gotta be bad." And it was a Jolt can though, so
Oh,
it
there
was
you're
at least
telling
bigger.
yourself for the age, man. Yeah.
But yeah. I remember I always researched my drugs when I started. So like I went on Airwid, I went on the forums and stuff, and I'd be like, what first was weed, and I was like, all right, that looks all right. Nobody's actually died, stuff like that. You get the real facts, and you're like, okay. Then it was mushrooms. I looked up that. And I was like, okay.
How old were you when you got into mushrooms?
right after I started
Allegedly.
weed.
Allegedly.
So like 17, 18 was when I
Where were you
started.
living at? Were you in Florida at that point?
No, we were in
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
Oh.
Yeah, I
was just
remember
Florida,
because
you
we,
pretty much grow up
we
anywhere. Like I could see being really early getting it because you can pretty much just
that
go
my
outside.
buddies who grew up there, they said yeah, they just go to the cow fields, and but you're getting field mushrooms, which aren't they're not the quality you get of at an event up here or
Right.
something.
And they're grown in
Or-
shit.
Dude, that's how my cousin
Yeah.
lost his liver.
Yeah,
And went
and
into a
and you
coma.
have more risks and stuff. So, but I just remember there was supposed to be three of us. We got a quarter, 7 grams,
Holy shit! For
and
3 people to start, it's a good amount.
yeah, we decided we wanted a trip. We wanted a trip, and
Did you succeed beyond your
one of
wildest
us
expectations?
bailed, so we ended up splitting an eighth each, and we had a wild night. I mean, a wild. I was a cyclops in the bathroom. I remember that. When I look, because they were like, "Don't look in the mirror," and I was like, "Well, I gotta look in the mirror." You know. I remember laying on the ground and then floating, like literally the feeling of like, "Oh, I'm above the ground."
It's like you wanted the trip, motherfucker. Here
And
you
then we
go.
we had to get out of that house. So it was this chick's house, and we like woke up the parents or something. So we had to leave, and
Oh
we got lost in a
no!
soccer field. Called a buddy, ran from the cops. Ended up, buddy picked us up in the street, and we went to Walmart, and Walmart was wild.
It's way too
I was
overstimulating.
walking through Walmart, and it was like I was on a treadmill. Walmart was like just whoosh, passing me by,
Moving
you know.
fast.
And I was just like, oh man, this is weird. Can we leave? So we left there. It was a good night though. It was a good time because I definitely did more later. But
Otherwise,
yeah.
called a Tuesday night, right?
I did a lot of psychedelics in the younger days. That's the thing. And then I got into the forums and I met a lot of smart people, and I met a chemist on there once. That's how I got into Lucy in the Sky.
Lucy.
But yeah.
Did you look in the mirror then?
Cheers, medical.
Yeah, I
Monday.
didn't mind it after that. Like yeah, after you do it a million times. Dude.
Yeah, that's a different mirror.
Yeah.
It's a different mirror, yeah.
I
Man.
actually preferred that to the
Overlooking
mushroom.
glass.
It was weird. But
Yeah, I've heard that before. I've heard a lot of people say that.
I think it's just a preference thing. Mushrooms, I remember growing my first, and it was I can't even tell you which ones it was, but I remember I painted my house wild colors and wild things. So there's a bright green wall, like a green screen colored wall,
Oh
and I put a giant smiley face on it.
Yellow face.
And I remember coming out of the bathroom or the back of the room. It was the back of the house, and I had started tripping. Everything was Blue's Clues like graphics, and I was just like, "Whoa!" We got to go outside where it's real. And so we went and walked around the neighborhood, but that was a cool experience because my mushrooms I had grown were potent, and they were exactly what they had described, which we wanted like visuals. We wanted all the visuals, no body high, and that's what we fucking got. So that was cool.
That's cool.
Okay, so like I haven't done mushrooms a bunch of times, but when I first decided I was gonna go on a trip and do like a real dose, not a microdose or anything, it was my first time doing mushrooms, and everybody was saying, like anybody I asked, like, hey, like what should I look at, what strain or whatever it is, and everybody was like, oh, don't do it at home. You want to be out somewhere. You want to be like in the environment, like you want to be in nature, in the woods, a field, somewhere out in the open. You don't want to feel confined at home. If you have bad memories there, things like that, don't do it there. And I'm just sitting there thinking, like, that would be the last place I would want to be, is like in the middle of a field, not knowing where I'm supposed to get to. Like I want to be somewhere
I
familiar.
feel the same way.
Yeah,
I've
I'm
never
the same way.
done the nature shit because I feel that
have.
way. I feel like I'm gonna get lost. I'll be
Yeah.
lost.
Yeah.
I've gotten lost in a soccer field on mushrooms. We walked into the soccer field and we had no clue. It was nighttime, but we had no clue where the exit because it was all trees. and so I can't imagine myself in a real like hiking trail.
Mhm.
I'd be on the news. They found this idiot in the morning,
17-year-old psychonaut.
butt naked. He had made a hut out of his pants, and
Another Florida man. You hear another Florida man we hear about in the news.
yeah, they're
No.
Florida man is found in Michigan.
I'm
Now,
always very
as
conscious
a
of
proper
what's in the
PSA,
woods, and there's a lot of stuff in the woods. And I always think about that. Maybe like I don't know, like a trail in the middle of suburbia, maybe. But even then, it's like who else are you going to run into out there?
Yeah.
But, you know, unless you're with like a group or something. I would always just feel way too unsecure. You know,
I don't do well. That was part of how we got out of that soccer field, Spartan, because we saw a car pull up and we're like, "Oh, sweet,
just walk
John's
towards
here."
it. Yeah.
That was the buddy we called, and we start walking towards. And this is like a double soccer field, so it's pretty far away. And when I'm like, "Hold up, Nick, that's not John's Pathfinder. Yeah, old Nissan Pathfinder, you know, the SUVs." I said, "That's a cop," and it was like instinctively somehow just bolted, and we went through the exit, and it was which goes into a neighborhood on the other side. And we were running, and we found some woods, and we hid in the woods, and we thought the cop got us because he was right there at the road. We were hiding behind trees, but we were literally tripping so hard when he went behind a tree. It went from a cop car in my eyes into my buddy's Pathfinder, and we went, "Oh no, John, get in the car!"
So as
He's
a
following you the
PSA,
whole time. You're like, these motherfuckers.
Yeah,
He's got to figure out what fucking
Oh,
exit
and
you're going to.
he had no clue where. Yeah, we were like, "Oh, we're over here. We're over." You know, yeah. But nuts, just kids shit.
What's the what's the largest that you've consumed?
Mushrooms, I don't know, probably an 1/8 or 4 grams. Not much more than that. That's a lot.
Okay.
For me at least. But acid a little bit more.
Okay, so I did acid once, or what somebody told me was acid, and I was like so ready. I was like, so I really liked to, when I was on mushrooms, I recorded myself the whole time having a conversation with myself, but it was fantastic. It wasn't like I was talking to myself. It was, you know what I mean? So I was like, I'll do it again when I try acid. And so I set up the phone and I'm just sitting there, and then it's like an hour and a half, 2 hours later. And I'm like, all right, well, obviously this ain't shit. So never mind. I'm just going to go to bed. And I stood up and I like put my hands on the table. Every like end piece, like my feet, whatever was touching something, felt like I was licking a 9-volt, but nothing else was different. But that was the only thing.
That's crazy. But the thing is, I've met, like, for instance, Spartan right there. I've watched him eat a bag of mushrooms that I would have tripped balls on. And I remember Luzerne, I was just like, holy moly, and he's fine. He's still targeting people. And I'm just like, but I've also met another guy that did that, like, and he liked to eat them, and he ate just tons of them. So I think different people's body chemistry is really, they're going to find out in the next 10, 20 years. They're going to be like, yep, certain something in our bodies is a catalyst or not or something. So
Yeah. For me, I think it's all in the dose, but it's also in the strain, because I've had a lot of mushrooms that just give me anxiety and I don't enjoy them.
true.
But like the classic golden teacher, some mellow one, and I just get a nice mellow high, and like I could eat a fucking bag of them, and it's great, whatever.
B plus.
yeah.
Or B positives, yeah. I call those B positives because they always make me just put me in a better mood. But I don't like. It's not a micro dose, but it's not a macro dose. What Bake's talking about is I didn't eat a bag of mushrooms in one. I didn't take that bag and stuck it in my face, but over a course of the weekend,
Yeah.
every hour or so or whatever, I went through that whole bag.
Do you remember at the float down when we went with everybody, and Frank had that gigantic bag, and he was just passing the bag around like, just take some, bro. It's cool, man.
Yep.
How many did you take, Scoba?
Pretty much, probably grab it half, I would say. Just, a decent amount, not too much.
I've noticed that like larger doses I do much better with when it comes to mushrooms. small dosages like micros, I took a 0.05 and I had a full out panic attack that lasted about 2 hours.
Really? That's
I
a
had
true
to-
microdose too. Like,
But it triggered whatever in me, and so
yeah.
I went into psychosis for 2 hours, and it was hell. Like,
Wow.
I've taken 4.5 grams, and I've had the best day of my life where I had a conversation with myself and I solved traumas that I didn't know I was struggling with. You know, I brought them to light, and that was on 4.5 grams. That was the very first time I ever did mushrooms. I did that much. I've never done that much since, but anytime that I've done under 1 gram, I usually have a bad time. We were playing
Yeah.
League, and I was on 1.5 grams, and it was I was having a blast. I probably
Yeah.
sucked, but it was a blast.
So that's interesting. Then so now you know, over a gram, good time, under a gram, not.
Feel like
So
testing out the different strains and stuff, and like my stomach gets super sick from them. Even lemon teching, I don't do really well with that. And whenever I feel like I'm gonna throw up, like I'm done. I'm anxiety. I'm uncomfortable. I just want to go to sleep.
yeah, it definitely makes like I've had ones where I throw up and I'm all right, but that was usually when I was younger and more in
See,
party
those
mode.
times if I throw up and it's on the come down, totally fine. Just let me throw up. I'll pass out in 20 minutes. No biggie. I'll sleep the rest of the
Yeah.
night. But if I feel that sick feeling on the come up or like right when it's hitting, then I'm in like panic mode the whole time.
Yeah, yeah,
And the thing is, I guess that's the thing with mushrooms that you have to really respect is you're in for a ride.
yep,
Like if it's going to be bad, it's like it's hard to even calm yourself down to try to tell yourself it's going to be okay because you know it's going to not be okay for like 2-3
well,
hours.
yeah,
We did
yeah,
like a
yeah.
day of mushrooms. We started with a nice dose like in the morning. We went to Winewood and everything. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
And then we got home and we did a little bit larger for the evening. And it was uncomfortable. You know, I hit that panicky feeling. And I remember I was laying on the floor and he laid down next to me on the floor because our heads were like next to each other. And he was just like sitting there the whole time. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I just feel really bad. I'm so sorry. I took too many, I guess. I feel bad. I'm so sorry. And the whole time he's like, hey, it's okay. It's no biggie. I don't feel too good either, but we're okay. We're just going to stay here.
Yeah.
And like, that was super good.
Yeah.
It does help to have someone there to calm you down because that's the one downside. Like I totally agree with everybody was saying about how it's so much better to be at home than to be out where you're not or somewhere you don't know. That's already an uncomfortable situation. Whatever.
A friend of mine died like that.
To magnify everything around you. So
Yeah,
to have someone near you that can calm you down.
I'm already not good with strangers. So then when we be tripping, we used to go when I was living Jacksonville, we go downtown and there'd be homeless and all kinds of people and it's the nighttime and I'm just like, why are we talking to this guy? I don't know this and like if you're there's more outgoing people, but still to me it's just like no, I was always a home tripper. I wanted to be in the comfort, at least my neighborhood, my area.
Yeah.
I want to be able to walk to my gas station in the middle of the night and feel like
see, I've never tried venturing into actual public. Like I was with you, I've never just gone by myself out in public. I've gone my house, my backyard, and my garage, and that's it. And I think maybe I tried to at one time.
But have you done a night trip? Like we always night trip because we were our situation, but like we would have the whole neighborhood to ourselves because it's like 1 a.m. and there's no one out. Maybe there's some guy walking his dog, maybe, but usually not. So like you could just walk around and you got street lights, I don't know, all kinds of things, but it's still kind of comforting because the area, but I still liked my house.
Yeah.
Definitely, for sure.
No,
And I always tell people, like I don't know, I don't want to say coach, but like I've helped a lot of people try mushrooms first. Like I didn't give them it, but like they'd be like, what do they like and stuff. A couple coworkers and stuff throughout the years. I'd be like, you gotta try them, and I've been like, oh well, I'm gonna do them this next week. I'm going to a party, and I'd be like, no, do them at your house with your best friend over there,
Yeah.
and like, and he did that, and he came back to me and was like, that was so much fun. I'm so glad I listened. We just stayed at the house and fucked off. I was like, yep. exactly. Like
Parties and psychedelics are like just asking for.
It's too many
I feel
variables, dude. Too many
there's some
variables.
people that can do it, but the majority, I think, should probably stay
Well,
away.
I'm gonna give a little pushback though, because there's exceptions to every rule, I guess. And I think the exceptions to this is, man, when we get together for the, I don't know, we've had what, 3 or 4 Groski get-togethers, and I would call that a party for me.
Yeah,
That was
I
still a
mean
party.
more.
Yeah,
But that was more of a controlled and homey environment. It wasn't a lot of people.
we're all experienced with it as well.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
we're
yeah,
all
I
at
was mean
home.
more
Oh,
like
yeah.
house
Try
party
not
or
to
clubs. You
mushrooms
wouldn't
with
want to fucking,
Yeah.
go to those.
Bunch of
Because
people.
I've
No
done a
stranger.
house party before, and it was like, all right, this is too much. I'm gonna get out of here. So
We were at Camp Compost last year, and there were it was the last day. Oh no, it was Saturday night, and we were everybody was kind of like exiting out for the night, like finding their own places, back to their tents, going wherever to the fire, wrapping up. And I was talking to, I think it was Rising Moon Medicinals. He was the guy who did the chicken presentation. Thank you. I just kept thinking of Coop, and I'm like, no, co-op, Coop, no. So the chicken guy, I was talking to him, and I was explaining how Spartan and I had gone into the woods earlier in the day for a good like hour and a half or so, and we just decided off the path sort of a thing, and got kind of a little lost, a little like freaked out, and ended up finding our way back to the path though by like sort of landmarks, like, oh, I remember that tree, that rock looks good. But there were these 2 like huts built in the woods that were like set up with like all these fucking branches brought over. One of them was done really nicely though. Like it looked like a great little teepee with like fern branches. And it looked like somebody could like live in there. So I was telling this guy about it. I don't remember his actual name, but I was telling him, I was like, man, it looked really good. Like I wonder if somebody is like sleeping out there or something. I know it's all open. It's all open campground. And he goes, no, that's where I'm going to go take my mushrooms later. I'm going to stay out there. And I was like, you found it? He was like, no, I built that. I came out here early and I built that. And I'm going to go in there and that's where I'm going to trip. And I was just like, that sounds terrifying. Oh, no.
Yeah, but for him,
Yeah.
that's almost like, that's like intention to the utmost. Like, how much intention do you have going into it? How much reverence do you have going into it? What kind of experience?
It's true set and setting. Set and setting.
Yeah, so that's the spot he chose. That's the spot where he put. I mean, he's got to know the area pretty well to build that. It took some hours.
Yeah. Well, that's
That
interesting.
sounds terrifying though. I don't know how it
I
would
don't
feel
want
like.
to do that. I wouldn't do that. No, hell no.
I also, yeah. And like some people, I don't know. I don't always tell people like if they're in a bad space, I'm like, yeah, you just don't trip.
No, yeah. 'Cause
Like I know like some people
Why not
use
just get
it.
it over with?
Because sometimes it doesn't just solve everything, and then you're just like fucked up. So
Now
I don't
you're
know.
worse for wear. Exactly.
I think tripping's when you is more for good headspace or medium, but not too low.
I don't
think if
know.
you're really experienced, I think you can do that with more experience. But that's definitely, I like the points that we're talking about is know exactly what you're taking. Don't just take anything. Always take less. Less is more. You know what I mean? You don't have to go big. Don't worry about if somebody says that they took X amount and you think, well, I need to as well. No, you don't. And the thing is like you can use the medicine as medicine for yourself as well. You can turn inward, and it doesn't matter what is going on outwardly. You can use your trip and your time to focus on yourself instead. So those small enclosed spaces like that can be really, really beneficial for someone to, try to turn inward. Whereas if like we go to a dead show and I try to be Mr. 10 strip, I'm probably not going to remember a lot of everything. It's going to come through in a very weird filter to the memories. Red, you're going, yeah,
I was just saying, how is that not a song, Mr. 10 strip?
Hmm?
I was thinking, how is that not a song already, Mr. 10 strip?
Mr. 10 strip, man.
Yeah.
I think it is. I think it's Oh, skeet skeet. Grandpa done ate a sheet.
Cheers, Chad. I'm glad you guys could join us this evening. We're just kind of shooting shit, obviously. Please give the show a thumbs up and make sure that you guys are not stuck in top chat. You hit the drop down and you make sure you go to live or all chat.
Way to get on board with that real quick.
Amen.
Nice job.
I have a very large, great, I guess, appreciation for not just psilocybin but LSD specifically. It's backstory, the history, the good and the bad that it's all been used for. It has one hell of a history. There's been a lot of research done on it too. There's been a lot of research because of that done on psychedelics themselves. There wasn't a whole lot of research done on mescaline before LSD. LSD paved a breakthrough to really develop foundations for finding psilocybin and how there's pathways for that, all that kind of testing. You can get your psilocybin tested. I know some areas, pretty normal spots. You can get your psilocybin tested through, like head shop. Yeah, well, not really head shops, but they're like professional labs. But you can get them. It's pretty interesting right now what's going on. I don't want to
That's cool because I've always
I don't want to blow anybody's cover, but there's some cool stuff going on right now.
I've always wished that people had tests for psilocybin content and stuff.
Yes.
With all the different strains and
the actual testing labs for cannabis are starting to do it too.
All right, that's the cover I didn't want to blow, but yeah. Okay, so cool. I'm not really saying anybody's name, but they're like, you can't do it through the cannabis facilities, but they have the equipment and it works, and they'll do it under different businesses,
Safety first, man. Safety first. You only
then
have one.
You can know your content. You can know your dose. You can finally dose people instead of just say, "Hell, a gram or this," and you don't know if that penis envy was grown well or grown shittily. Is it a healthy mushroom?
The problem with that though is if you have, let's say that you have an ounce of mushrooms, you have some that are very, very large, and you have some that are very, very small. And if you were to take those and grind those all together and make a series of microdoses, you could be pretty sure about the uniformity across that, more likely. But when it comes down to actual fruits, the weight of the fruit doesn't necessarily relate to the weight of psilocin contained within said fruit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all going to depend on when you harvest it. It depends on the weight. That amount of psilocybin is going to fluctuate and vary. Unless every single mushroom looks completely identical. It's
a uniform tub, so to say.
Mushroom.
So homogenizing is best, right? Grinding them all up, putting them together. Take a whole, eighth or ounce or whatever, homogenize it, microdose off of that. But then you also have different species, not just have different amounts of psilocin and psilocybin, but there's other terpenes, or not terpene. Well, there are terpenes, other tryptamines involved, other psychoactive components that we haven't even begun to dig into yet, because just like cannabis has, new cannabinoids being found all the time. Well,
the thing is, they're not new. It's just we're finally finding through research
new to us
that we didn't know.
New
Exactly.
to our understanding. New to our understanding completely. Because, like I said, we just discovered psilocybin after LSD. So, I think it was in the 60s. It was 63 or something like that. Really discovered psilocybin.
Let's Google it to get it right, so we spread the knowledge.
Some maybe 59 or something. I don't know. Late 50s, early 60s. LSD's in the 40s, so he was doing. Maybe it was the late 40s. Yeah, it might have been 50.
I think it's the 50s.
56. It was 15 or 20 years. He had
1958.
58. There you go. 58.
Oh, it looks like
50s.
Reported the synthesis.
Yeah, he got what was his name?
Yeah, it was 1958. Swiss chemist Albert Hofmann.
Yeah, He synthesized
The
psilocybin.
isolated psilocybin and smaller amounts of psilocin from the
Mm.
mushroom P. mexicana.
Yep.
So a Mexican strain.
Yeah, he went down there with Gordon Wasson. Gordon Wasson. Well, I
With
think Gordon
Sabina.
Wasson facilitated the exchange between like Maria Sabina and Albert Hoffman. I don't think Albert Hoffman actually went to Mexico.
No.
I think it was like Oaxaca.
Wasson was muling for him, bro.
Yeah.
No, he's a chemist. He ain't leaving the lab.
No. Especially if
Somebody
Sandoz-
brought him some samples, and
especially
he ran that shit.
wartime Sandoz.
They do delivery at a certain thing. You know what I mean? When you get
Yeah.
to a certain deliver.
But yeah, I wanted to say real quick with the mushroom thing. If people didn't know, mushroom cells don't multiply like ours to grow bigger. They stretch. So a tiny cell can become really big, and that's why a tiny little mushroom can have just as much potency as that big old honker you thought.
Yeah.
You know, with all the blue on the stem and
Yeah,
everything.
And that's where weights get
So-
stupid, because you can say, well, I've always
Yes.
been good. If I can take an eighth, I'm straight. And it's like, well,
Exactly.
I
But
don't know.
once
What are you basing your eighth upon?
yeah, think about it that way. You're like, okay, well, just think about it that big mushroom's probably just a tiny mushroom blown up like a balloon, you know?
Okay,
It's just
so
stretched out.
let's talk in
So-
cannabis terms. It's like taking,
And-
you have the bottoms from the plant and you have the tops from the plant. Okay. And it's like saying that all of the weight is the same. It's like, well, it's from the same plant. So specifically, it is the same, but there is a difference.
Yeah, for sure.
But the problem is you can't say, well,
like
these are
that.
the bottom things and these are the top things and these are the little mushrooms and these are the big mushrooms. It's not that kind of an analogy, but it's
Yeah.
just getting people to realize that they're, as we were saying, uniformity.
Oh, where I was going at with that appreciation for Hoffman 25. I have a nice little Hoffman 25 bicycle day shirt hoodie. Shout out to Captain
Oh,
420.
nice.
Fucking awesome dude. Captain 420 gifted me this awesome bicycle day hoodie. I can't. Little thumbprint on the back.
What does it say?
Says it's in your DNA. Yeah. The fabled thumbprint, so to speak, will most certainly keep a half-life around long enough, probably to your existence, and then probably reach into the soil at some point. I've never gone that deep, but there's a fabled thumbprint dose, which is enough to like put the crystal on your hand. I don't know how much crystal it actually entails, if it's a tiny amount, if it's a lot, but it's enough to see it. And the amount of crystal that's on a normal dose, or even probably on a 10 strip, probably isn't enough to see.
No.
So that's like when you're talking about like potential,
Grain.
you know?
Yeah, grain.
There's so much like potential energy in a microgram of LSD. I think that's why there's just so much curiosity behind it, because of how small, tiny of a substance that could be. And in my thoughts is, if this is just one of the fungi, one of the alkaloids in one type of fungi, who's to say there's not just hundreds of thousands of, at least a couple more, you know what I mean, of these types of alkaloids and different types of bacteria and fungi that may or may not have had research on, that may or may not even be used today, for what we know. And maybe even I get in deep with that one, and think that some of these chemicals that they came up with is like used in our food and all kinds of stuff. But
Nice baked. What is that?
it's good baked.
GMO?
This is the AJ Sour D.
Damn. That's a fucking bomb right there, man.
Oh, it throws
Ooh,
down
Ooh, look at
weight.
that focus.
Look at
That's because
Yeah,
the nug's
part
so
of the
big.
thing. There you
I'm
go.
gonna do a gravity bomb for hash time with some keef on top.
We are 12 minutes from hash time. If you need a few moments to gather your accoutrements, look around, make sure you have a lighter, papers,
I'm an
all
early
that
prepper.
good goofy stuff.
well, just there's
Yeah, Cobra Milk was the first one that I just tried out of those, and it's delicious.
Magically delicious.
Okay, I don't get the sweet like you guys. I'm sorry. I get savory. Like, it tastes just like a damn good baked potato to me.
You mean it's more that
Okay.
big potato strain? Does it have chives though? That's the question.
No, it's like pepper. It's like a lot of pepper to me. Like, I just think it tastes delicious though, but only after it had like done a long cure.
Yeah.
The beginning of it, it was one where I like handed it back, so I was like, I don't want to keep this one.
Now she asked me, you got any of that?
So do another one. Why not?
Absolutely. Well, let me get one.
Yeah, after I do
You
another
guys are pre dabbing for dab
Pre-gaming,
time.
man. Pre-gaming. You don't need a bell. That's what I was told. You don't need a bell.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah. I don't always like color inside the lines, man.
So
Yeah.
Suggestion.
it was theorized a long time ago, I think by Terrence McKenna. Maybe Dennis McKenna theorized it first, but there was a thought that psilocybin could uptake DMT. And lo and behold, recently some people have gone and continued the research from like, I don't know, maybe 15 or 20 years ago, whenever it was being thought to do so. And I supposedly you can get DMT into psilocybin containing mushrooms.
Holy shit.
Because, well, I mean, DMT is in everything. Naturally, it's we produce it naturally, but they found a way to get the mushrooms to, I don't know if they're up there, if it's a substrate thing. I've seen someone post something about them using like Mimosa hostilis as a substrate. I don't know if that was just a parody off of the tests, or if it was what they're using, or if there is something else like a 5-MeO type of a chemical that they're putting on it or something like that. But from my understanding, it's within the cell of the mushroom. Like, it's not something that's like, a research chem synthetic being put on the mushrooms. Like, it's actually uptaking.
Yes. KC says it's through the substrate.
Through the substrate. So yeah, very interesting with that one. If they could open up the DMT pathways through a different type of an edible, something that's a little less maybe invasive.
So stupid.
Like
I'm sitting here high as shit, and I'm
You're
thinking
ready
to
to go
myself,
mushroom.
like, sprinkle some crack on him, Johnson. It's like, sprinkle some DMT on him, Red Setter.
That's
What
it.
I'm thinking is think of the high. The DMT is pretty quick. It's like a takeoff. So I wonder if it would just be like.
Well, it is when it's smoked, but when it's taken orally through ayahuasca,
Yeah.
it's the one that lasts for hours.
Yeah, it's like an 8-hour ride. So I'm thinking like a mushroom ride's like 4, 6, 8 hours. So it could probably within the realm of like taking it orally. So it would be better than the smoking. I've never smoked it, so I don't know, versus one or the other. But if you were looking for, I guess, a longevity of a ride, or those people trying to map the realm, right? Like they can't get a good realm mapping in 15 minutes, but actually they're doing
Realm mapping.
they're doing these doses intravenously.
Somebody say D&D?
Yeah, is somebody talking Pathfinder D&D?
Pretty much, big. They're doing it with the DMT realm.
Sounds good to me.
There's people having very similar.
We could do a story on that, Red.
experiences, and they're like,
Ooh, you're gonna write a module for it and everything.
Multi-dimensional DMT realm.
That's what these. So they're actually.
We can do that.
Is it the D100 for that?
You do the clockwork elves.
And I don't know whether or not they're encountering.
I'll get a costume.
But there's like a handful of people involved with these, and they're
dimensional squid
DMT intravenously. So I don't know how long they're.
That's insane to me. Intravenously scared. Did you hear about the guy? I think it's been 2 years now, in Ann Arbor, who injected psilocybin into his bloodstream.
Oh yeah, I heard.
Why?
Yeah.
He rushed to the hospital because he was not smart, and
he didn't do his research.
No, there was spores still in there as well, and they bloomed inside him, and they had to treat. And it spread like throughout his whole body.
They just made a movie about that. A zombie movie. New episode.
Well, this wasn't. He didn't think it was zombie. He almost died.
Talking about Last of Us.
They had to treat him with like fungicides and shit. It was insanity.
No, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts. Don't inject yourself with stuff.
Oh, yeah.
The guy who, let's see here, what was his name? The guy that just got out of jail recently, Lepard, Leonard, fuck, what's his name?
Nimoy.
Leonard something, man. I can't think of his last name. He did some serious time, man. He did like 20 years for manufacturing LSD in a bunker, and this Leonard Picard. Leonard Picard. There it goes. Thanks, Becca. He did some serious time for stuff in this bunker, and his broker basically had like this. Oh no, I'm sorry. Picard did a bunch of time because of manufacturing LSD. His broker had this bunker, okay, and in the bunker was just storage of drugs and stuff like that. But also he would have his like LSD palace down there. And there's actually a Vice, there's a Vice show on the LSD palace, and this young girl Crystal was like this guy's muse. Leonard Picard was the chemist who got busted, but there was another dude who was a broker, and he kind of had a thing for this young girl Crystal, and Crystal actually does YouTube videos, and I follow her channel. She's a painter and does crazy fucking cool like animal work. She does animal artwork, but it's all it's not tie-dye, it's like vibrant colorscapes, like really cool colorscapes. She just like dogs and cats and whatever, tigers and shit, it's all like headshots and stuff. It's pretty cool. But I used to watch her channel for harm reduction. She used to do like LSD talk and stuff, and like there was she wouldn't really talk about all the stuff that happened with Leonard. Yes, Crystal was known to be sort of involved with the snitching on Picard. She was kind of she never actually did any time, and I don't want to speak for any part of the story just because we're out here. But Picard did some time based on information that the feds got from her broker and all of that stuff that was going on. So pretty interesting stuff with all of that. But they had the broker, I can't think of the dude's name. It slips me. Thompson or something like that. I don't know. He was known for intravenously taking DMT like all fucking day, like all the fucking time. Like, so he had some connections, you know what I mean? But I guess and that was, I don't know, man, like the late 90s or something like that. I'm pretty sure Terrence McKenna, I think the intravenously like using like
slow drip, man,
has been like around since like
check this out,
60s, 50s and 60s,
okay,
if not before that. That's some cool.
Click on like the white one. See those on the top corner? See how there's like the white background one with the other colors. This guy makes masks on it's Dan Schaub Designs on Instagram. Yeah, click on one of those. Like his Instagram page shows people wearing these, and they are amazing. I really wish.
Oh, they're wearing these?
Yeah, they wear these.
You like masks, Gilbo?
Yeah. Look at his Instagram; it's crazy. They're like super futuristic. There you go.
Yeah. Could you imagine kayaking down a river? You pull up on a shore to take a dump.
Yeah.
And these two fuckers come out of the woods at you.
Yeah.
I'd be out.
I think
all they do is click.
Well, you definitely would.
Oh man.
You definitely just everything moving.
They're like $350 or more for these piece, but they're pretty sweet.
Whoa.
Oh, you should see this one guy. I don't know who I follow. What's his name? But he makes the Japanese style masks. So they're like half ones.
Oh,
or they'll be full ones. They're like demons or all kinds of stuff.
I've seen the one where it's like the bottom half where it's the like samurai mask, bottom of it. So there you go. That's the picture right there I was hoping to see.
Oh, nice.
Like you encounter that when you're wandering around in the woods, like
tripping.
Dude, I would follow them in a heartbeat, no questions asked.
No question. Look at the Wu-Tang Clan,
Wu
baby.
Tang, yeah.
I love this one. Wu Tang's forever.
Mm,
Look like alien
Look at this
masks.
guy right here.
yeah, they are.
That's
They're
what they
just
call it.
they're really, really intricate, really beautiful.
Are those the
They're
DMT elves?
gorgeous.
Oh, here,
Yeah.
let's see if I can find this
There
one.
you go.
Are those who the DMT elves? are?
Whoa. Now that's getting like Alex Shelley looking stuff there now.
Yeah. Looks cool
Yeah.
though. All right. I'll
There's
stop.
a lot of good people to follow for, interesting. looking
That's
stuff.
what I love about the Instagram and all the Etsy and everything. There's so much small business kind of popping up. Cause
Like-
it's like this guy or like this new guy I found dice that dropped today, but like I don't have the money because they're like $160 a set.
What are
they're
they
like-
made out of, bro?
They're hand carved clay and they're enameled, and then they're supposed to last like a millennia. So they're supposed to be like really,
Indestructible
durable.
dye. Okay.
Just and they look
Oh, wow.
real nice. So sometimes they'll put a little dinosaur on there. Let me pull it up.
Is it a $160 dinosaur?
Why do they have to last a millennia? Why can't they just last like 100 years? Isn't that
Because
sufficient?
when they dig my body up, Spartan,
You wanna
I
be
want them to
collecting those
know
dye?
I was rolling 20s all day. Okay?
That means different things to
Just
different
write
people.
that
man.
down somewhere.
I was rolling 20s through, man. I was driving.
The paper's not gonna last, but the dice face up with 20 is gonna last.
Face
Yeah,
up.
what's this?
Nothing. They're digging you up, and yeah, they're not gonna move the dice in any way. It's gonna stay facing up. Are these loaded
No,
dice?
they'll place them on his eyes like they do with coins.
Ooh,
Oh, I
like
see.
the pennies, man. The gunslinger style.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
The problem is the first people to inspect the grave are the grave robbers, and they just take the shit. They don't really put any thought into what you're holding on to.
Yeah.
Hashtag.
And then the people who
That's
actually come to
true.
investigate are like, "Where'd all the shit go?"
Where'd all the shit go? They stole my 17th level paladin. Damn that.
You can't steal a character.
Keep some hash in there though for him. That's for sure.
Hey, where's this
He's
hash
actually-
gravity bong at, Bank?
Right here. I was trying to find the dice site, but I can't remember the name because it's not like blankety blank dice. It's something like
yeah,
somebody's
something weird.
boutique, and I
The
don't know it. But I
Dragon's
found the
Boutique.
mask one. I'll pull the mask one up after this
Okay.
because I'm
yeah.
looking at a plague mask that I really like.
Oh, the plague doctor, dude, those are expensive.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know how much these things are, but they're nice.
So that's what you
Think-
wear around for the next pandemic when they have you go wear
That's what you
masks.
wear when
well,
you
I
do
was gonna wear it
GMO
for
for,
D and D.
Wear it for GMO trimming day, man.
Where to go
Start-
shopping, man? Would you?
See
Do
that
you
hash
guys
on
know the
fire?
story? Do you guys know the story on those plague doctor masks? Why they
I
were
do.
made like that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, they put incense in the nose.
Like camphor and
Yeah.
stuff like that to try to make it so you're not smelling all that. Did you guys ever see the crazy video that came out? Oh man, it was several years ago now, where it was like there's a guy in a plague doctor mask, and he's like he holds up like 3 fingers, then 1 finger, then 4, and then it's flashing all this weird text on the screen. It like flipped people out. Did you guys ever see that?
No,
No. Okay. It was a
No.
thing. Man.
no, I have not seen that. But check this out.
Cheers, Drew. Ooh, hold on. I gotta back out so I can let this thing in here. All right, you ready? There you
Yep, look at these crazy ones.
go. Oh shit.
You got like this
Oh,
weirdo.
That's a knocker. That's a door.
Yeah, what are
knocker.
those kind of masks called?
I don't.
Help us out, Chad.
Yeah, help us out, chat. It doesn't say here. And you can get a custom one, but then they'll do like, if you're into furries, you can do a
Is that a wolf?
wolf,
Or a
yeah,
dog or something?
or half a wolf
There's
mask.
the plague doctor.
Yeah, that was what I was looking at. There's some neat ones. Look at this creepy one.
I don't even know what that is.
It's just, I
Like
don't
a
know.
demon or something? I don't know.
But yeah, masks
Okay.
are
What are
cool,
those?
too.
Are those like latex masks?
I don't know. I think.
Oh, they look like they're wood.
Wouldn't maybe? I
Let
don't
me
know.
look at his
Oh.
site real.
What are they? Fiberglass.
I'm amazed at like these people that go to the conventions that have, in the past it used to be like a Trekkie convention where everybody would just wear different era Star Trek costumes and stuff. And now it's like people make these extremely elaborate costumes that are crazy. I was in a mall one time and this guy had stilts on, and it was like Halloween night, and he had this weird thing that you ever see the one where you have stilts and then you have two long canes and then you throw like a weird cape over your back and shit, and it makes you look like you're like a spider.
Yep.
There was a dude in the mall, and I was like, whoa. Kids were just like,
well, Steve's got an important question. They want to know, baked on those masks that you're showing us, if those are orgy masks.
I think they have a good point.
I mean, you can.
Yeah.
A mask is versatile.
That might be the point of that.
So, you can buy it for one event, and it can be used for an orgy if you want. So yeah,
this is not a single usage.
If I were going to a high-end orgy, I'd buy one of these nice masks. They're like $200, and people would be like, "Damn,
what's the name of that movie?
dude's got a nice
Isn't that
mask.
where they were wearing masks?
Let's go in this room," and then it would be
Well,
on.
orgies don't usually care if they're out in the open or in a room.
You don't know. There's so many types of orgies.
You don't know. Kabuki,
Right,
thank you.
There's
Kabuki mask.
tons of orgies.
Kabuki,
You got
not
mask
the
ones,
other-
you got costume
yeah.
ones, you got furry ones,
Knew
you
it
got
was
the
not
old
the
people
first.
ones. You gotta be careful.
You bring in the old people. Now we really get to the true.
Bake, are you wearing a mask right now? Are you in fact 71 years old?
No, he's
There
just,
you go.
Whoa!
he's just attracted to the 71-year-olds. He's not 71.
I don't want
He's a silver
advanced
fox.
technology.
Yeah.
Don't take my internal combustion.
Yeah.
Combustion.
Electric cars.
I'll tell you what. I don't like
Horse shit.
I don't like paying gas at the gas. I have to get paying for gas. So I'll
Oof.
take the electric. Right now, I'm not ready to jump on electric just because I don't have the range. I need the range.
It does, yeah. It's gotta
Who's
get
wanting
better
in the
infrastructure
range?
too, but and like people will be like, well, where's the electricity coming from? It's less. It's less in the end, you know.
Those same people leave their lights on all night long and fucking don't.
Yeah,
do,
so
a
it's
million other things. So
and it's progress. So like it's
I'm not
like
really
yeah,
worried about them.
Look at the faces he's making. All dismissive and shit.
Yeah, it's like
me?
Their opinion.
No, Spartan, when he's
Oh.
talking about, he's like shaking his head.
I was like, I'm recovering from the or the gravity
The
falls,
rip.
so.
Rippy
Yeah, that
long
was a good
stockings,
one.
baked pone.
Would you
But,
smoke in that this time?
Sour D and some keef on top, big old keef nugget.
Nice.
So I'm ripped. That sour D, I smoked 2 hits in the bowl before the show. I remember I was like, I need
Yeah.
something different today. I haven't smoked sour D, and I felt it. I was like, sweet.
So we
That's
got
that
some
old
here.
school.
I brought some down here for Emily to try.
Oh, nice. Yeah, see, West C, my boomer dad refuses to use self-checkout. Why? It's quicker. Your arms work. Like,
They're not fucking paying me to fucking check out. That's why, and I won't fucking use the self checkout.
You guys,
That's fine.
I just
Then
found
you
out
wait.
that you can scan things in Meyer as you go and then pay, like skip.
yeah, they just started that with their app.
That's crazy.
You gotta link everything to their app
Sam's
then,
had that
though.
forever.
But yeah, that's how they're trying to compete probably with Amazon's thing, where you can like walk into the store, grab whatever you want, and walk out, and it somehow knows.
Sam's Club does it right now. I think you can do
Oh,
it
really?
at other couple places too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
won't
like
fucking
Sam's
stop.
when they have pretzels and stuff.
See, I'm
Dollar,
just
man.
learning
Dollar
about all
50.
these places. I've never shopped at Sam's. I've never shopped at Myers before. I just go to Kroger and Aldi.
Come on, Illinois, get it together, man.
Yeah.
Aldi, man, hometown.
All
We
these
got
from
brand new
Germany.
Aldi here right
No,
next
I
to our
Aldi is
Meyer.
on Batavia.
That's right. We got brand new Aldi's in Jackson.
Well,
If they're-
whatever American home base is in
Midwest.
Batavia.
Okay. Oh,
It's because of that time zone change. They didn't want to go over the line.
Our city just bought an Aldi. I was really
Meyer
hoping
refused to lose an hour.
farmers market. Aldi it is.
Aldi, yeah, they're expanding. I haven't checked it out though. I haven't been to the new one.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, there's multiple reasons, in my opinion, not to use the checkout, the self checkout. You know, you're replacing somebody's job. I don't like that. They're not paying me to do that person's job that's fucking getting replaced. I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like that either. They really, really put a hustle on. People are just like, oh, I willingly go. Oh, what's this new
Exactly.
fancy machine? Let me go do something. Let me go do this free labor.
No, I've used it before. I'm not gonna lie, but
Yeah,
I
sure.
I will not use it unless I'm in an absolute hurry.
Yeah, that's the.
And then the whole thing where they're fucking coming back and suing people if it fucking misscanned something wrong and you didn't notice it, or you know,
It's probably not
charging
just too much
people
shoplifting.
Well, you just
Yeah.
gotta pay attention.
Swing
It
people.
makes beeps. It shows up on the screen. I love them.
You
I
start
hated
a lot of
waiting for
that's
the
for sure.
three cashiers they had in the
Why? Because
18
you
checkout.
gotta hurry home and take a nap. I mean, what?
No,
you have
to talk to them.
I gotta talk to them. I already
don't
told
have
you this.
to.
I don't
And
want
then
to
you
talk
look
to
like
them.
an asshole just standing there.
Well, that's cool.
Hmm.
People don't fuck with you. You look like an asshole.
I don't like the and it's cramped. It's cramped. They put you in these little, like the cattle little chambers that you would imagine at a cattle factory. And they're like, oh, look at this and buy this. Oh, that's what they do. But in the self checkout, you got arm room. You can
Are
do
you
what you
throwing
want.
bows in the self checkout, man?
If I want, I
Animal
can.
mafia?
That's my area. You shouldn't be
Okay.
in my self checkout area checking out what I'm buying.
So you're saying you're a man spreader? Is that what you're saying? You gotta have
A
lots
man
of room.
spreader, if that's what that
Yeah,
is, yeah.
You gotta have
I
lots
might
of
get up there and let everyone know this is my area. I'm bagging over
Just
here.
hike your leg and take a piss on the side of it and mark the
Yep.
territory as yours, and I guarantee you they'll stand a little bit further back.
He just
For a
takes
few
and
minutes,
pisses
at
a
least.
circle around the whole.
I'm so glad
fucking,
the gas station started getting self checkout. So instead of waiting in a 5-person line where everyone's dicking about, why isn't your money out, by the way? You know, when
Dicking
you're up in
about.
the thing. So like, I'm not waiting for dickheads. So I can go to self checkout, boom, bada bing, I'm out. Way better. I'd rather do that than
But see,
go
that's
through
different. That's different because they added that. They didn't take away somebody's job. But you go into these stores.
They didn't take away anybody's job. There's still 17 cash registers not being used still. So how did they
Exactly,
take?
not being used. Not being
They're not
used.
being
That's what
Your
I'm
used
saying.
because of all
problem
the
is
self
that they
checkout
haven't
lanes.
I
added
used to always-
cashiers.
Dude, the
used to
That's a
reason
always
why
go
those,
into
separate
Meyer.
problem.
the
Adding
reason why those
cashiers
lanes exist
isn't
is
a
because there
problem
used
with
to
the
be
self
lines
checkout.
in
That's
every
totally
single
two
lane.
different things.
To be honest with you, it's like they're working together. Like
Oh,
because if you they're making sure they only have 2 or 3 aisles open even though there's 23 available because now they're putting in 20 self-service machines, so now
Pushing
either
no,
you gotta
no,
wait your ass in
no,
line
because
or you gotta use
no,
self-checkout.
because I can look it up. There's jokes about how Walmart started all. You would go to Walmart. There's 20 aisles before self checkout was even a thought, and then there would be 3 cashiers. It was a thing from 10 years ago, and that was how every Walmart was. And then finally they put in self checkouts, so I didn't have to wait in the 3 lines on Friday when everyone went to Walmart and we all got paid. So I love self checkout.
Oh,
But also
I'm not saying I'm not a fan either,
to
but I
counter
just
that they
that's
took
why
our
they do it.
jobs at my Meyer. Each self checkout wing has 2 people supervising it. So that's 4 jobs. That's 4 cashiers.
Yeah.
So
And then
they didn't take any jobs.
and there's maybe 2 cash. They sure as hell did, man. I've lived here far longer than you have, and I've went to
Dude, they
Meyer
used to-
far more times than you. And I'm
Myers
telling
is
you,
a
Every
retail
cashier would
store.
also
and
have a
I'm
bagger.
telling you, where
That's
there
2
used to be
jobs
at least 10
per
to
lane.
12
2
cashiers, there are
jobs per
now
lane. You got a
4.
bagger too.
Baggers, they stopped bagging in the 70s, man. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? They bag at
dude.
Meyer.
I still go to old grocery stores that got baggers.
Yeah, they bag at Meyer too now.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
maybe in the cashier lines, yeah, for
Yeah.
the lazy people.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
It's all right, Spur. I go to those lines too because I keep people employed.
Yep. I
Yep.
believe. And I go to
I
Meyer.
shop
because
at the
they tell me-
store that keeps them employed.
Fucking A. At least I ain't doing their fucking work, man. Shit, dude.
Exactly.
They're not giving us a discount
They
on the
likes to work
food.
for
They're making
free.
us do.
Do
extra
you
stuff.
leave your cart next to your car when you leave too?
No, I put that shit away. And if they don't have a corral, I walk it all the way back up to the fucking store and I put it inside.
But that's
All
their
the use
job.
of the
Why are you doing
quarter.
their work? You know.
Because it's courteous. What do you mean?
Exactly. So
Because
I
that's
can
not
go
what
to
I'm
self
paid for.
checkout.
That's
And
not
instead
courteous.
of
You're,
man.
you could be
instead
affecting another person.
of
Like, you could
clogging up
be
the
affecting another person by it,
the
not their job.
90-year-old
You could be affecting
cashier's
another
line, I'll
Nobody
go to
has a
self
job to
checkout
go
and get
to-
out of here.
Maybe at Meyer, but they have a cart corral.
You leave the cart in the middle of the aisle and somebody's gonna hit it with their car, it's gonna fall like in the middle and nobody's gonna see it or trip on something. Like, you leave the cart out and that's just a whole mess of things. It's not like you didn't take
Don't be a
somebody's
buddy
job.
fucker, dude. Just
That's
put
right.
your card away. You took it out, put it back where you got it from.
That's some bad juju.
The OG agrees.
Oh yeah, he does.
They still do it. My favorite guy on
They took our jobs, man. They took our jobs.
oh, I ain't worried about that. Yeah. That's what it sounds like, the fucking South Park. But no, have you ever seen what is it, cart patrol? Cart police? It's this guy that goes and he sits in
With
it.
the zip ties and he ties them to your car for being a dickhead.
No, that's fun.
That's
But
fun.
yeah, I did that to somebody once. Yeah, it was crazy. I actually had to go really run quickly and buy the zip ties and then come back out before they finished.
Wait a minute. You went in the store to buy zip ties so you could come out and troll somebody's car.
They cut me off, almost hit somebody to steal my parking spot.
So your vigilante came out of you and you went to buy
Oh,
zip ties.
okay. I can afford $2.99 pack of zip ties.
Did you tie one
I
card to
zip
their
tied
car
one to
or how many?
their just one, and they were coming out, and I ran. But I zip tied it, so they had to go get a knife or something.
Did you pull a Nelson Muntz from far away and go,
No,
Or
I
you
just
kept
I
looking
got
at 'cause you
out
didn't
of
want to
there.
get
I got
beat up?
out of there.
I hope you zip tied to
No.
the front. Did you zip tie to the front? Because that would have been the best.
I can't remember.
You
was
do
a
it
little
to the
Corolla,
driver's side door so that
something like
there's
that.
no room to open it.
But anyways, the cart police are the guys that he sits in the parking lot, and if you don't put your car back in the car corral, he'll go, woo, woo. Excuse me, can you put your car back? And these people get so mad, and if they don't, if they go fuck you or something, they start driving off. He's got magnets, car magnets, harmless
Yeah.
car magnets, and they'll go. It's like it says something like I'm a dick. I didn't put my car back or something. And he'll throw it on their car, and that'll definitely get them to stop him and be like, "Look, just put your car back."
That's
And
some super vigilanteism. Like people carry
oh
guns and
yeah,
stuff. I'm not trying to
oh
whip things in
he's
people's
yeah,
cars, man.
it's like crazy. I'm like I can't believe it, but he's in an orange vest and like I don't know. It's funny to watch though. Some people are so mad that like what you got called out because you literally left your cart there. Put it
What's the
back.
when they get mad? What do you mean they get mad? They yell. They turn and yell at them or something, or
They'll get out of their car and yell, "Who the
I've
fuck
seen
are
that,
you?
dude, yeah.
Get out of here!"
who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
I've seen some like really bad interactions. That guy's had some like serious interactions with people.
I've
that
seen
are
ones where they bullshit. They're like, "You don't know me. My leg hurts," or something like that. You know, like they try to throw an excuse his way. And it's just like, "Well,
Quick
you were
replies.
walking
Yeah,
fine
that's the one
earlier
I'm
on my
talking about.
GoPro." You know. But yeah, it's pretty funny because I think I've always been big proponent. Man, you can ding people's cars. If there's a big gust of wind, your car's moving, you're dinging somebody's car. So like that's messed up.
Well, the pro move is don't park your
Yeah.
car next to where the cart corral is because some folks
I don't
like to
do
just
that
kind of
either.
push
I
them
don't do
towards the cart
yeah.
corral. Yeah.
I'm
I do
highly
that
accurate, I'll mention,
I
but
look
like
for the
I'm
cart
worried
corral.
about other people.
I look for the cart corral and I just park there and I just look around when I get out and I'm like, I dare any one of you, and I've never had an issue, man.
Oh wow,
You just pluck
okay.
you pluck one beard hair and like
Do
set
you
it
put your
down
foot
and
down
like
real hard too?
That's
So,
if you shall
or
not
just
pass.
everyone listen. Hey everyone, you see this?
I'm a badass.
I pull out my phone and I'm like, I'm
I
videoing
put
it. I know what it
one
looks like.
fucking ding. One fucking ding.
No,
I
I
can
look
see
for
it
the
now.
cart corral for real. I do because I want to be able to be able to put it in the cart corral.
I park super far away. I'm
park
super
right next to it.
paranoid of like some mom and not even really thinking or something like that. Like a big family just pulling up and the kids just wham and like, oh no, it's not so bad. Let's go. And like, it's like, yeah, it's not a big deal, but like, fuck, like. And so I'm proactive, and I'd rather walk farther, and I'll park way over. Don't park near me. Then sometimes you'll get somebody that
Oh.
parks way the fuck out there. You're like, there's 20 spots. You could park any. You give
Your
me
car's
one
not
spot
that nice.
distance.
Yeah, you parked out
Yeah,
that far.
but-
Yeah.
Okay, but what about the car corrals that are far away? I park. That's what I'll do. I won't park at the ones right up to the front.
Oh yeah, the empty ones way on the far.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can find one of those, yeah. Usually though, I find a lot of people park around them. Because at my mire, they don't have car corrals all the way to the back of the parking. So once you get to a certain area, it's just a
Right.
wasteland of left carts.
Yeah,
Welcome
those
to
people
the
park
Michigan
way back there.
Bros parking lot show.
You gotta
Yeah.
get to the nice part of town on the north side of the good mire, and that's not really.
I know I guess so, but yeah, it's hard life over here on the east side.
Blue Kiss is like all about it. She says, I park where I want to. If there is a cart, I push it with my bumper. That's total madness.
She is not lying. I believe that. I believe
Yeah.
that about this. I absolutely believe
I don't want no scratches.
it. She was driving a bus, man. I bet you she's plowed through all kinds of stuff.
I had like a bumper guard,
Most
like those
drivers
trucks
don't care,
have.
man.
That'd be sweet. Or a brush guard. Then you can bump some stuff.
I worked
Speaking
at
of
one of
brush
those
Call it a
stores
brush guard.
that
Is
didn't
that
have
what,
a corral.
I think that's the real name for him, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, brush guard for trucks and stuff.
or for cops. If I see a brush
Or-
guard, that's
yeah.
my first thought.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing made of the big tubing and shit. You're like, oh,
Yep.
they're gonna
Yeah.
ram me with that.
Yep.
Everyone in the South has them.
Anybody, yeah. Anybody driving? I was driving today. I saw so many cops. So many.
Really?
First part of the month.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. First week of the month.
There was a lot. And they were
Just
out
want
there
our
with the lights
Skrilla.
on.
They want our Skrilla. Did you go to speed limit then?
Of course, man. You know me.
95 all the way, man.
No, man.
Mhm.
Cruise control. I ain't fucking around. I had weed.
Yeah.
Dude, that's what I've always said it to my kids is like, only break one law at a time.
Yeah.
Just only break one law at a time. If you're riding dirty, then make sure that you use your left, right turn signal. Use your cruise control. Don't bang the music. Don't drive around cars that are super tinted out. Like, just be super chill about it, and you'll be all right.
Tickets,
Found
dude, they're not cheap.
Don't smoke when you're carrying either. Like if you're carrying weight, don't be blazing and shit. Don't give anybody a reason to pull you.
I found out you can get a prescription for tent.
Sure, but that's still police
But I
contact. And
don't-
if I'm already riding dirty, now I've got to fumble in my car for some
Yeah, I'm
weird
gonna say, it's
paper
just
to go,
I
leave
didn't
me
know
alone,
that.
you dirty copper. And he goes, oh, you think you're special, huh? Well, let me just take a little peek-see around here this car, and
Yeah.
I'm sure you don't have anything to hide.
I
do you?
don't discuss my day.
No, I'm not discussing my day, officer.
That's
We've
right.
all seen that one, right?
Am I being
Yeah.
detained or am I free to
Am
go?
I being,
Yeah.
you're taking me in?
detained?
Oh, have
being
you looked at where I work? That's why it might smell.
Don't get fly with the law bait. They can make the rest of
I
your
go
day.
to
rather
speed
unpleasant,
limit,
trust me.
Scobo.
No, they
And I
can't.
stay
They
between
can't.
the lines.
In the state of Michigan, smell cannot be used against you, even for probable cause.
Yeah, they stopped that even in Florida. Because I
They said
remember
that.
That's assuming
remember
that we
being
are
in
dealing with good faith players, and we know that we not.
Hey, you can educate.
yeah,
them.
well, yeah, you're right. I remember being in a Capitol meeting. It was a public meeting, hearing thing in Florida on that. It was like hemp and cannabis and stuff. But the district or the state attorney was there, and they got onto the subject because it had just got overturned or something where like they couldn't just go off a smell anymore. I think the hemp law, the federal hemp law, had just passed, and I remember him. Like it was just like, yeah, we don't know what to do right now, but we're working on it.
We're working on it.
I'm just in the background, like, well, dickhead, but like I was like, yeah, you fucks.
Well,
And
isn't
Eddie
Florida
was
was really
right.
bad for like if you got caught with weed in Florida, that was like a lot of time, wasn't it?
I don't know. I don't know. I got caught growing, so it was just extreme, anyways. But I know. I don't know. It was pretty lax as far as I know. Like especially all the tourist towns, they don't want to bust everyone that's coming down there because you're not gonna come back next year. So like I know a lot of the tourist towns they're lax. I was in a college town, so they're lax because they're tired.
There's all kinds of different plates there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So yeah, I didn't really ever have an issue until I grew without a carbon filter.
Master
And
Yoshi said he's never been pulled over for tent. Daddy Red says that I have a tent. Well, it says tent story. I was going to make a joke about a tent being on top of my car, but that never happened. But I got pulled over twice in on both sides of Ann Arbor, basically in the same day. The day I got my tent done. See, there's this very serendipitous.
Was it the same cop or a different cop?
Different cop. They must, I don't know, talking to each other or something.
they hang out.
They definitely didn't know because I didn't get 2 tickets. I only got 1 ticket. But it was this very strange thing that happens in my family where I'll attempt to do something wrong or, bend a rule or something. And Daddy Red will warn me about said rule bending. I'll do rule bending anyway, and then whatever Daddy Red said the consequences would end up happening somehow. He seems to talk things into existence every single time, and it's just like
Daddy Red.
And Daddy Red goes, "You shouldn't get your windows tinted. You're gonna get pulled over." I'll be fine. Everybody's getting their windows tinted. I'll be cool. You're gonna get pulled over. You're gonna take it off. I'm like, I just waste your money. I'm like, all right, I do it anyway. I did it anyway, and we're all on our way out Lake House in Coldwater, and I think he was driving ahead of us or behind. I don't know. I had a buddy with me, and I got pulled over twice, man. And we did it. I had a little bit. I'd carry a little bit of weed like that in my shaving kit, in my bag and everything. Fortunately the car never stopped or anything, but we never got in trouble for that. But I got pulled over for a little bit of weed, or that having the windows tinted. It was on, where was it? It was like Jackson Road exit, maybe something like that. I think it was like
Jackson Road.
No, it was like Ann Arbor Saline over here, 94 and Ann Arbor Saline, just in town, just kind of in town. And then on the other side of Zeeb Road, so like just about Chelsea.
Oh shit, that's not.
I got pulled over twice within like 20 minutes on 94, dude. In the second time I got pulled over, she comes up to the door. She goes, "You know why I'm pulling you over?" And I just held up the other ticket. I didn't even look at it. I just held up the other ticket with my head down. You know why you're pulling me over?
I'm just trying to get home.
Right here. I'm just, you guys, let me get to where I'm trying to go. The whole rest of the road, dude, it was fucking windy. I just rode with my windows down. You know what I mean? I had a little 2-door Cavalier, so it was just
2-door Cavalier with limo tin on it. Yeah, that's
I got the windows, all limo tin all the way. So I get to the cottage and we pull the fucking window tint off the 2 front windows.
Oh, Daddy Red says 94 and 14. Oh shit, they got you at 14 mile.
M14.
Oh, M14.
94 and M14. Yeah, it was like Ann Arbor Saline and Zebra. I got pulled over twice either way, but yeah, that was fun. The rest of the route, I just kept the windows down. I'm like, well, the bitch of it was, here's the worst part. I literally just got them done. I mean, got them done to where like I wasn't supposed to roll them down. You know what I mean? And so like I had to roll it down to talk to the cop twice, and I was pissed. I'm like, gosh darn it. And then when I got to the cottage, I'm like, can I just go
the razor blade?
Can I just go pay the ticket? And Dad's like, you ain't parking in the driveway with that. If you get the ticket, nope, you're just gonna keep getting pulled over. He was pissed, man. Not a happy camper about it. So I had to take that shit off my car, man. And definitely had to take it off the car. He was mad enough that he's a Ford man. Daddy Red retired proudly from
You
Ford.
were driving a Chevy, right?
Yeah, a little Cavalier, dude. He wasn't too happy about me wanting that car. Oh man, yeah, he didn't wait for they waited for me because they waited for me after I got pulled over the first time. They knew why I got pulled over.
Did he talk shit and say, "I told you so"?
Oh, absolutely, dude. After every single one of those serendipitous moments where he told me that not
Those
to
are
do that.
non-fortuitous offense. Those are
Wait a
not
minute. Does
serendipitous.
Danny Red know police officers? Does he have some connection?
Calling
with
them in on you.
Wait a minute. I think we got a tip for him.
Yeah. It's why I was
Listen, my
I was
son's leaving the 10th
hot
place
red
now.
cars, dude. I always drove hot red cars when I was young. I used to get pulled over. If the red car fucking thing is legit, dude, I used to get pulled over all the fucking. I've been pulled over for turning on red. I've been pulled over for rolling stop signs. I've been pulled over for running yellow lights. I've been pulled over for
All shit that we've all done, dude.
I've been pulled over for impeding. I've been pulled over for
Wait a minute, what's impeding?
impeding is
We don't
speeding,
do the doesn't be
is
slow.
speeding, but they're being nice about it. Speeding in a work zone, but they're being nice about it.
Okay.
I have a couple of impedings. At one point, I had like 9 points or something like that. Racked up on my
When do they take it away, bros?
I mean, good shit. But it was all like some of those, dude. Most of those points were parking offenses. You know what I mean? I got a parking in a
Parking
handicap.
tickets, man.
Parking in a handicap when I was parked next to a handicaps type shit. You know what I mean? And it was in my high school. My high school fucking
Well,
my high school
I heard
parking lot
that's,
used to
I heard
fucking.
that's how
knock
you
off.
end up with a cart getting zip tied to the door, man.
He didn't like me.
Parking in a
I wasn't
handicap.
parking in the handicap was the thing. You know what I mean? It wasn't the handicap parking. There was no like, it was next to the
Get
handicap
him.
parking, but he was this. It wasn't a sign at this one spot. You know what I mean? And all the
It's
other
on the
spots.
ground. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like,
the
but
blue
the
line.
thing was, it wasn't really a spot. You know what I mean? And it was just like,
Oh, you were just like,
things-
fuck it. I'm just gonna turn the
Well,
car
dude,
off
it's
and go
high
do
school,
my
man.
Oh,
You get to high school
it was-
20 minutes late. All
it
the
was
other
It was the
stuff
area
parked
designed
Yeah,
for the
the extra
platform to
space.
come down.
It's the extra
That's
space for
fucked
the
up.
handicap.
It was the extra space.
Well, there you go, Red.
No, I did. I got a couple.
I don't
Stupid
get why this is
in the high
here.
school
Just park
parking lot.
there.
The high school, it would be city offenses in the high school parking lot. They would call the fucking city police and have them come through. And
Did you have like a weird rent-a-cop security guard for your parking lot?
Oh, dude,
your
he would be in
school?
the school. He had a ponytail and like he was.
What did you have? Otto the bus driver as your like security guard?
Yes, dude, yes. It was super crazy. And he had this like, okay, all right, South Park? Yeah, South Park principal or what is it? It's the gym coach, in South Park, the most recent episodes. He's PC principal.
Oh, he's the principal. Yeah.
PC principal, and then his wife. What's his wife? PC lady or something like that. Fuck, what's her name? But dude, that was my security. It was like a man and woman team, and like it was like Dog and what's her name? Dog and what's
the bounty hunter.
Dog the bounty hunter, and his wife, dude. Except she was like a much thinner version of her.
Didn't his wife have really big hair too?
Big hair, yeah. She's just like, huge hair. So definitely like the maybe blonde olive oil version of that, but they were rough, dude. Like, oh yeah, dude.
Did they or did they not wear
It
a?
says his wife was
dude. They had the
his
glasses.
wife was strong woman. PC principal was married to strong woman.
PC strong woman. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yes, PC principal and strong woman. That's exactly. Yep. Those were my my security guards in school, dude. And they'd be out there every day flagging cars, man, getting people pulled over. Oh, dude. The cops would just hang out across the street from our high school after. I'm sure that was a common thing at everybody's high school, but they would just hang out across the street from our high school, man. And
So those security guards you had probably rode with the cops.
oh yeah, I'm sure.
Like that's what ours did. In the spare time, they'd ride around the city and be like, "Oh yeah, there's those, those troublemakers. We should go check them out."
I know those kids.
Yeah, those kids are buck up. Go
Get them, boys.
Get 'em, boy. Yeah.
like
Aim for the knees.
the high school I went to and the rivalry high school that I had, they were kind of like known as needing police chaperones, often, like those type of high schools, like suburban inner city type high schools, a lot of riffraff, dude. Just way too much fucking riffraff. Like, just get the fuck on the bus and go home. You know what I mean? Like, don't fucking hang around. Don't fuck around, nobody's locked. Just get on the fucking bus and go home, dude. That's you get into some shit.
You survived another one, right?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, and then getting like after school, I'd get the fuck out of school early, dude. Just hit the fucking. I'd park close to the exit, get the fuck out of there. You get into fights leaving fucking school, dude. It was fucking stupid. You wouldn't even do shit. You just sit there and it'd be fucking stupid ass kids wanting to fuck you know, just stupid shit, dude. And then they'd throw shit at you or something and instigate. Just get the fuck out of here. Just get out. There's just people trying to start shit all the fucking time.
That's
dude.
the whole crowd mentality.
School is just chaos, man. Look at DOG. Hey, buddy. What's that?
I play my Game Boy. Luckily, I was 6'3" pretty quick. So it was like, yeah, leave me the fuck alone.
Going to bed. Said, go drink some water.
I love the snacks at school, though. School is a great place for snackage.
Yeah, they had their own. When I was in school, they had their own snack shop. It was like fucking sold you up the same shit you can buy at the store, but like 10 times more expensive.
Oh yeah, we had same shit at the store. Like we had, Little Debbie.
Yeah.
We had all that. I was
yeah,
like,
so
what? I was like, what? And
Scrappy and all kinds of candy and bullshit. And
we
it's
didn't
like
have
they had all the
candy.
healthy. We had all the healthy stuff in the lunchroom to show that it was a healthy.
The store was all
they're
sweet.
giving healthy lunches. But then you could go spend money and get all the shit. Get all the
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Good old lunchrooms. I didn't like
Yeah,
lunch either. Lunchroom was a place I tried to avoid too.
We had really good bagels.
I mean, I love the fucking lunchroom, man.
Dude,
I'm thinking about them right now. They were always soft.
I never threw anything in this food fight. And they fucking suspended me. And then in the worst fucking thing, dude, I was on the honor roll and I was supposed to walk. And we're having like a practice walk one day, and I get called down to the gymnasium to go have this practice walk during like fucking fourth period or whatever. I'm in middle school, it's like 8th grade leaving middle school, and the vice principal comes over to like, we're doing the practice walk, and he's shaking my hands, and he whispers in my ear, "Don't come tonight. You're banned."
What?
Dude? I wanted to punch him in the fucking face, dude. The motherfucker.
Wow.
He's a big motherfucker. I hate
Don't
that.
get dusted by PC principal, bro.
Hated that motherfucker. His big old fucking beard. What a motherfucker.
Wow. He tried to do that for like.
I did not throw nothing. I will say this day, somebody hit me in the back of the head with a fucking orange juice or some shit like that. And I stood up to go see who I was going to fucking, let's go to the flagpole, man. What the fuck, dude?
Was that where it goes down? Is that the flagpole?
Oh, yeah. Scrapping.
Damn, somebody said cinnamon rolls.
Dude.
Cinnamon rolls and rectangle pizza, man.
Look,
I wonder if my cinnamon rolls in my fridge are still good.
How many weeks old are they baked?
It's a tube of Pillsbury, but like months old. But it's a can. It's canned.
I mean, there's preservatives, right?
I'm gonna check real quick.
He wants to start your oven up there, bro, and don't forget about.
I mean,
these.
if it's so good, I might.
They're gonna be these little tiny black.
Can't wait to the end of the show because they might get bad in the next 20 minutes.
He's had like 4 gravity bongs, RSO.
Timing it
dude is
perfectly.
feeling it.
They'll have it heated up by the time the show is done,
He'll
and
get the
his
munchies.
rolls will go right in.
He's just training now because he feels so bad about the first gravity bong hit we did when I got over there. And he had to take after the first hit, he had to take like 30 minutes to fucking recover from it before he could finish what he started. And then I went behind him. I went behind him and just showed him how it was done. And now I see he's fixed his form a little bit. So
showed him how it was done. Listen here, Rook.
Okay, but
he's
also
got headphones on,
that
so you
ball
can hear all of
was
this, right?
Vortex, wasn't it?
Yeah, both back. But he's been smoking some good stuff.
I heard all that crap.
You heard all of that.
I know. You should. You had nothing to say because it's true.
It was muted.
No,
He
it's
couldn't
not.
say anything.
We can do a gravity bong rip, but first you gotta get one. So
I'm gonna. That's on the list, man. Next time I get class, I'm gonna get a gravity bong.
we'll do. I don't know. These go on sale, but
Yeah, you might be able to get it for less than
There's
50.
gotta be a 420 sale coming up.
420.
that's what I'm saying. 420 is coming up. But yeah, I went upstairs and my Pillsbury are says best by June 2022.
Oh,
So,
you've had those for several months, my
What's
friend.
it Best Buy? Doesn't mean it's
so I'm
expired.
not gonna eat them. I don't
Nobody's
think so.
I bet you if you
I'm
cooked
just
them,
gonna have toast after the show.
everything, all the
Toast,
bad
man.
stuff would be killed in the heat of the oven, man.
I haven't had like snack food in so long. Like I'm just not buying it, and so but I really want sweet stuff, so I always regret it. But I'm doing good when I'm at the store, which is great. And but it's
Yeah.
like 2 a.m. is when it sucks. So I've been making a lot of cinnamon sugar toast, and that's just getting me through.
That's
It's
what
just
I'm thinking about making. I'm like, I'll just make cinnamon sugar toast. That's what I did the other night. It was
Ghetto
great.
sweets, man. Yeah.
Yep.
With bake, it's the already blended cinnamon sugar because it's so difficult to mix cinnamon and sugar.
I have I have
What?
3 different types. I have my own mixture in
Which
an
you-
antique shaker. It's a
Antique
family
shaker?
heirloom. Yeah, it's an
Oh,
heirloom.
heirloom, damn.
Bake,
Yep.
are you heavier on
Is
the
it
cinnamon
special
side
shape?
or heavier on the sugar side?
I would say it's
Sugar.
sugar, but like it's real 50-50.
It's really got to be 50.
But you don't want. I don't think I want heavier cinnamon because I really it gets kind of
It's so
dry.
dry. There's no.
Thank
There's
you.
no
Cinnamon
like,
challenge. I'm
I
not
didn't
telling you
know
to
if
take a
that's
tablespoon of it and try to take the cinnamon
yeah.
challenge. I'm just
no.
I
we're
know,
not
but
gonna do
like, I sit there and I make the mixture. It takes an hour because I'm like, nope.
it. Not right.
Yeah, too
bake.
much cinnamon. Gotta add a little bit of sugar. Great, way too much sugar. I can look at it and tell. You
Put it
know.
in a bowl or one of those shake bottle things. Shake the whole thing up and then go from there, rather than turning every grain for an hour trying to get it.
Well, I have
perfectly.
3 now. I have that one. I have the what's that spice
Cinnamon toast
company?
crunch. Which one?
It's like they make a lot of spices. It's red
McCormick's. Sounds like
McCormick's.
What?
And then I have cinnamon toast crunch. But I don't really like the cinnamon toast crunch is really cinnamon, sugar with a little bit of salt, which you don't need if you're eating butter. So it's like
yeah.
I
Okay.
just use my own, or if in a quick pinch, I'll use the McCormick. It's not bad. The McCormick's not bad, but you
So
you can do better.
this is probably gonna.
Just save the shaker and then figure out the ratio for that specific shaker. So my shaker, I know
Yeah.
I go 5/6 the way up with sugar, and that last 1/6 is going to be all cinnamon. Because then when I shake it, it's perfect.
Five,
I just keep refilling it.
6. Okay.
How about you just
But,
do butter? Why don't you just do butter, let it melt a little bit, take some sugar, and just go bam, bam, and then take some.
I've once
Yeah, man.
Do you eat a peanut butter and jelly, taking a bite of bread, a scoop of peanut butter, and a lick of jelly? No.
Thank you.
I would.
Liquid jelly.
Why the hell?
Look at jelly.
Why the fuck?
I'm not eating anything out of his jars. I'm not eating anything out of his jars.
Do you buy? Wait, you don't buy the pre-mixed like in the jar?
No.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Oh, goober grape. Yeah.
Good Lord, what is that? Goober stuff?
I don't even
Ugh.
I don't even have jelly usually. I have
Peanut butter and honey.
honey. That's
Yeah.
what I have. Yeah.
Oh, peanut butter and honey.
Put some cinnamon sugar on that.
I haven't tried that. That sounds good. That'd be really, and then toast the bread.
Have you ever tried powdered
Yeah.
sugar and cinnamon? Would that work?
No,
Yeah.
that would be like
That's
mixing two of the same
confectioner.
ingredients.
I
It would
love
just be so
powdered
dry.
sugar. Like
Yeah,
I could
you
eat
can
it.
try.
I think
Did
that's
you
one
know
of the
that
greatest
you can
inventions.
spit fire with powdered sugar?
No, that'd be a waste. I just want to eat it.
He spits fire just on his own. Just mad
Yeah.
fire.
I got a burger wrap.
He's got a burger.
Burger wrap.
I'd love to hear that, man.
It's in recovery because I got a new phone, so now I gotta fix the old phone and get it off of there. But it's on. I think I rapped on one of these shows. I think it was a late
I
night.
thought you did, but and
I
then you
think
put it
so.
on. Didn't you put it on Instagram too?
Or
thought
maybe
you
I
did.
put it on my page.
With a
Yeah.
burger head.
Yeah, with the alteration thing or the filter.
If you put it on Instagram, you can be able to get it off your archive on there.
But he does some live performances, so
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
telling you,
working
that's
on
where the
I'm working on
robot
getting
music-
a real head.
The robot music, and that's where that SoundCloud account comes in, man.
there
Oh
you go.
yeah, DJ
You
Burger
get-
Burger Funk.
Dude, just because they're still talking about South Park in chat. They're getting it going on their 26th season.
Oh, it's nuts.
You can't
Yeah.
count anything anymore. They refuse to
They-
take anything off. They still make Simpsons episodes. That's
Figured
been
that
Yeah,
a
yeah.
year.
26.
Yeah,
Family
you're
Guy
right,
is still
Skill, but
dragging
it's
along.
it's trash.
It's
They
crazy.
keep taking. They don't take anything down.
They're
Yeah,
back
but
on
But that's
27.
because what they turn to is now all those shows are pop culture. So
Yes.
that each episode is just what happened last week, or what's happening. We're gonna make fun of it. So
That's
that's what
kinda
it
cool.
is.
South Park's pretty impressive though, because they're pretty spot on with like right up to the date current events, man. Pretty spot on, and they
Well,
Used to get it like the
Simpsons,
next week.
Simpsons,
yeah.
Simpsons is
I
the one
mean,
that called it
they're good at
beforehand.
being
South Park
yeah,
gets it the week after.
yeah, they're good at being like centralist on everything. They just make fun
Yeah.
of everything, no matter what their side or viewpoint is. So it's good. They're very centralist on everything. I've always really liked their comedy, but 26 years, dude. I know Simpsons is about like 30, 35
No,
years.
Simpsons came on in 1989.
So
well,
they
let's
got,
fact check. Let's
so
fact
they've
check.
got like
It's 89 baked.
8 years on them or something like that. I think.
But then it was also on for like 2 seasons as a short on the Tracy Ullman show when that was like a variety show or some shit like 87.
Yeah, that's old ass shit too. Tracy Ullman, I remember her.
The shorts of the Tracy Ullman show began in '87.
Dude, The Simpsons started in
But-
1989.
Yeah, it didn't debut until December 17th, '89. 740 episodes later. Here we
I
go.
like how South Park
Jesus.
went from what it was to like what it was again. And
No,
then
the
what it was
early
now.
Cartman ones with the probe and the cows and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah, it was just madness.
Still not the longest
made
running
sense.
cartoon though. Longest
Now
running
it has
cartoon.
it has some structure to it now, which is kind of cool. I like this, but like each season now it's like different because like like 10 years ago it got a little bit more like current event style, but then it was like still like season to season was structured, all over the place.
There's
Now
like
it's
integrity farms and stuff.
yeah. Now it's like every season has a theme, and it's almost like
Oh,
more
I see,
like-
yeah.
it's more like a what's something you would watch on Netflix, like a series. Each season is like a series now. It's like a different like series show. So that's kind of
Yeah.
cool. They've kind of taken on like the series aspect. And characters change, whatever, characters is the same. I think it's fun fucking adult humor. It's great. I've always been a great fan of South Park. That was definitely. I mean, I was.
I can't say that I've ever watched like a full episode of South Park. I don't think I've seen one.
What?
It's
Just like,
yeah. It's like an
free.
acquired.
They're
It's like an
free.
acquired comedy taste. Like you either like it or you don't. You either can take it or you can't. Or
like clips that I watch now, I'll laugh at. Like I find humor in them, but now I'm at the age where it's like I don't really want to go back and just sit and watch through.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm missing out on
Yeah.
the whole thing because it like wasn't my style, or like it wasn't allowed when I was a kid. Like we weren't allowed to watch it, so I missed a lot of it that way. And then like when I got older, it was around, but then it was just kind of like still cringy. It's that college humor. It's
Yeah.
just I don't know. But I like the jokes that I see about it when I see them in like those reels on YouTube or like the compilation videos. I'll watch a compilation video of funniest moments of whatever. And I'll laugh at them. I'll think they're funny and stuff, but I really don't like just sit down and start watching an episode right now and not understand anything that's going on, but also going back and watching 20-something years worth. No.
Yeah.
That's what keeps me away from a lot of shows. Is that
Yeah.
so you gotta watch this show. It's so great. And I'll look and it's like got like 13, 14, 15 seasons. I'm like, I'm not fucking with that. I don't have time for all that. There's no way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's an anime I never finished because it's still going and it's
Yeah, I've tried going back and starting over with like Dragon
One
Ball Z and
Piece.
stuff like that.
Oh, you gotta finish Dragon Ball Z. That's like
Well,
Dude,
that's only like
you gotta finish that.
it's only 200 episodes
Oh well, you
or
do have
something
a
like that. I don't know, but One Piece is it's a pirate one, but it's like 1,000 episodes.
1,000.
I think I've gotten up to like 250 or 300, but then I'll lose interest and then I'll forget. So like finding where you were can be
Go
a
back.
hassle.
Yeah.
Like, oh, where was I? 323? I don't know. Let's start there and see. You know.
So speaking of ones that you can watch on YouTube, you can watch Battle of the Planets, which is an anime from the 1970s that they ended up bringing to America and then overdubbing, and they've got a bunch of episodes on there, so you can get blown out and just
The American
playlist
animated series.
yeah, Battle of the Planets. I'm sure if you see it, you
Did
know
you
what
guys
it
watch Invincible? The one
Invincible.
that came out on, yeah. The one that
No,
came out on
I've-
Netflix. Or maybe it's
Is that the one with the? Are you talking about the guy? M. Night Shyamalan movie?
no.
Oh.
No.
I thought so too at first. I knew I was wrong, but
Yeah,
that's where my mind
yeah.
went.
I was like, and then no, I don't know what you're talking about. Then no, is it no?
Yeah, it's actually really gory and like really adult and stuff. Like
Oh,
I would not recommend it for children to watch it or be around, even though it is like a cartoon, you know. But it's about
I did see that. The dad's a dick.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He looks like James
Yeah.
Jonah Jameson.
No, that's a good one. It's an American anime, which is cool because some studio over here finally did a decent one.
Dave is talking about Cowboy Bebop in the chat.
Oh, I love Cowboy Bebop. That was
Yeah,
a good one.
just not enough
but
of it,
it
you
was
know?
like, yeah, it was like
One
short-lived.
season,
It was
that's
like,
it. Boom.
oh, and then it's like a masterpiece type thing. But
And they tried to do a
sometimes
live
that
action,
happens,
bring that
man.
back, and it
One
was
Punch
awful.
Man. One Punch Man, I
But
think,
did
has
you ever
2
watch
seasons.
Astro Man? Astro Boy?
No,
whatever
I
the
never
hell it's
got. I was a little too young, I think, for that one. That and Speed Racer. I saw a little bit of Speed Racer,
called.
but that
Speed
was
Racer
it.
in the chat. That's
But no, I was a little too young, and then finally I got into Adult Swim and started seeing stuff.
I liked Eon Flux.
Yeah.
That was
I
the
remember
only.
that. I remember seeing the commercials for that.
I used to really like Eon Flux. I was kind of bummed out when that wasn't on air anymore. That would always come on. Was that before or after Beavis and Butthead? It would go Beavis and Butthead, Daria, and then Eon Flux.
Daria.
Yeah.
The Eon
That
Flux.
chick was so depressive to me.
I thought that was a great show, though. I thought it was hilarious.
I didn't get it. I was too young. I was just like, this.
Why-
I don't
why
get
is
it.
she
This
so
chick's
gloomy, right?
depressive
I had
or
to sneak
something.
that
Yeah,
shit,
why,
dude. I
like,
wasn't allowed
yeah.
to watch that. Yeah, that was like I had to have my TV off. I think I had to like be down there like.
All
Mama
this
Red's
stuff.
coming to
All
check
this
that.
stuff
Have my
was
finger on the
Friday,
off
Saturday
button.
night. We stayed up past the parents and watched all this. Yeah. If we got to watch Adult Swim or anything like that. Toonami back then.
Yeah,
That's
there
what
was
it was.
Toonami back then.
But yeah. I wasn't even allowed to watch Simpsons. I
Space
remember
Ghost.
sneaking Simpsons at one
Space
point
Ghost. And,
Simpsons.
with my cousins.
Dude, my
Yeah.
mom didn't want us watching Ed, Ed and Eddie.
Oh no! Luckily, I could watch Cartoon Network, but yeah, I wouldn't. It's so weird. I don't know. I could see that, but I love that show. Ed, Ed,
Yeah.
Ed. And they were all about Jawbreakers, baby. I love Jawbreakers, by the way. So like, I was like, hell yeah, Jawbreakers are sweet.
yeah,
I like
Venture
it.
Bros. I love Venture Bros. That's a great one. Venture Bros is awesome. That's
Yep.
good Adult Swim one. Was that on Toonami back then? Was Ventures Bros all the way back
I
then?
think so. And then what was the
An old one.
Metalocalypse? If you like metal bands,
Yeah, that was
it was like that was a cool one.
that was like a little bit closer. That was a little bit more of a modern one for sure. That one was like within the last 20 years, I think. Maybe the last 15 years.
Yeah.
Metalocalypse is
I love how
great.
you just talk about 20 years like it's nothing now. Like you guys
It's-
are at that
it
age where you're
seems
not
like- Well,
doing
we
shit
just
20
did-
years. Like, yeah.
Just
20
dish
years
out
ago,
what you got,
Metallica
you
wasn't
know.
classic rock. You know what I mean?
Everything's over now.
Back in
So
my day. Let me tell you something, Shunny.
now that I'm on
Years ago, Eon Flux
downward spiral,
These damn cartoons today, they ain't worth a
was it? Yeah, we might as well complain about the new cartoons. Nothing like the old ones.
I don't know. I'm familiar with any new cartoons.
I mean, the newest cartoons that I know of are like Adventure Time, which is
I like it. That's
No,
nice.
I love
That's like 15
I
years
love
old
those.
now, right?
Adventure Time. No, I don't think
Yeah.
15, but it's old.
I like
At
that.
least 10 years old.
But I
at
like
least
Adventure
10
Time. It was great.
Man,
The real show, I like
I'm making
that.
Baked feel real old now.
person.
Hey, Baked, when did
Holy-
Dragon
oh
Ball-
my god! Oh, it's 2010 for Adventure Time.
Yeah, 13
Yeah,
years old.
that shit is old.
Okay.
Jeez.
When did Dragon Ball come on?
Dragon Ball was like 90s, I think, or 80s. Because Dragon Ball and then Dragon Ball Z came later, but so
Right.
Dragon Ball would have been the first.
Dude, Adventure Time was great. What was
Oh shit!
milkshake? What about milkshake meatball?
Oh no, that's the.
Oh yeah.
What's that? Why can't I think of the name of that show?
Yeah.
Regular show. Oh, wait.
Regular show's good.
Fry
Yeah,
Lock.
I was the third person. Yeah. What was
I can
that?
think of all the fucking.
Oh,
87
Aqua
for
Teen
Dragon
Hunger
Ball.
Force.
Aqua Teen
Yes,
Hunger
Aqua Teen
Force.
Hunger Force.
That was on for a minute.
That
man.
shit
had a
was
long
those
run.
used to kill me.
They had
I
like
think it's
those
coming
shows.
back on,
run.
isn't it?
I know.
I think they're making new episodes of that.
Dude, if they're making new episodes, that one's got a good 20 years. That motherfucker's been cruising.
Dragon Ball started in
Maybe not 20, but
86.
they're over a
87.
decade.
Master Groshi says 91 or 92 in
Okay.
in America.
All right, yeah, that would make
The
sense.
claymation stuff about Davy and Davy and Goliath. Is that what it was?
I feel like I remember that claymation stuff that
Yeah.
used to creep me out. Other than
Like
Gumby,
1950s
I like
on that.
Gumby.
Yeah.
Gumby and Pokey.
I like
I
Gumby.
hate that.
Remember when they did
Davy and
the,
Goliath. That was right. There you go.
remember they
Okay,
did the
one
Yes.
show though that I definitely made sure to go back and watch was Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I've seen
I haven't
that,
watched
yeah.
Core or anything, but I watched Avatar straight through, and that took me on a trip.
That was another good American one that they were just like, and they didn't do anything for a while, and then they did Korra, which is all right, but it's not the same people,
See, I haven't
and it's
watched
not the same
Korra.
feel. So because I tried to watch Korra, it was like, all right, but no, it's not the same. But yeah, there's a lot that like, why didn't y'all keep going? But is what it is. Same with any sort of movie or TV series, you know.
Adult Swim had this one show that would come on every. It only had like one season. Maybe it had 2 seasons or something like that. But it would come on at like 4 in the morning or 4:30, and I'd be trimming, watching. I would just sit up and trim all night and watch Adult Swim back when I was in the service industry and stuff. And and it was called like Real Fish Talk or something like that. It was some fish live, and it was this live show where you could like call in and all this stuff, and it was super fucking funny, dude. There would just like be a fish tank, you know what I mean? And then they would like digitally put things up on the fish tank, and the fish would just be swimming, like real fish would just be swimming, and then like each fish would like get points running into stuff.
Fish Center Live.
Fish Center Live.
I'm
Dude, I
Googling
would get
it.
sucked into the show because I used to have aquariums and stuff like that, and I would just sit there and watch this show because it was kind of like watching an aquarium. And like, dude,
So you would call in and ask what?
not whatever, dude. Like I don't know, like they just had weird people, like people calling and just saying whatever, and it was just.
Did you ever
Yo,
call?
my neighbor's
Yeah,
cat
dude.
is in heat, man,
Did
and
you
I'm
ever
just trying
call,
to get some
Red?
sleep. What am I supposed
wild.
to do,
It was
bro?
mostly internet based. I don't know. I was never hooked up to the internet with it, so it was like they were taking like internet calls. It was.
I'm
fucking
watching
crazy.
like the fish tank right now. It's a nice saltwater one. To be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah. They had nice, and all the fish had names and everything, and then they'd, like,
Yeah,
have little
they all
fish
look
races
pretty
and
happy.
stuff.
Plenty of
It was
room.
So fucking ridiculous, man. That it was just so entertaining, you know.
Were you doing drugs yet at this time?
Nah, I
Are
was
you doing
just
drugs,
up
man?
all night. Probably drinking fucking vodka or tequila. Honestly,
Red Bull.
That's a drug, but
yeah, I was probably off
chain
Red Bull
smoking cigarettes.
back in the day. Yeah, definitely chain smoking cigarettes, trimming reefer.
Trimming reefer.
this has been a
It's been a hell of an episode,
a
man.
productive
Red was
late
awake
sesh.
through all of
We've
those,
covered
like,
lots of
all through
topics.
the Adult Swim into that. I would fall asleep during the beginning of Adult Swim and then wake up to that and be like,
That would be crazy. Yeah, there's some
roll over,
crazy
hit the
shit.
button on the TV.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, martial artists just brought up
Robot Chicken.
3000. Dude, I remember watching. What was it like? Sci-fi Mystery Science Theater? Come on,
Yes, that's
sci-fi.
back in the
I love
80s and
that,
90s.
And
though.
and I think during that same time frame, wasn't it like Swamp Thing would come
Yeah.
on, and you'd get a couple of
Sci-Fi Channel had the
You get
Twilight
like
Zone
Twilight
marathons.
Zone.
you get like Twilight Zone or something.
It was the
You get-
original ones
Dude,
though,
I used to
so
love
they
my
freaked
Swamp
me out.
Thing, and then I think they had something else after Swamp Thing. What was it? It was another black and white.
Hey, you know,
Was it-
speaking
you
of
took
something
them
that
a
comes
black and
afterwards, Red, you doing a polarity science this week, Thursday
Oh.
at 10
Thursday
p.m.
at 10 p.m. Damn, we only
We're
got a
behind the
couple
veil over there, and then
Which dimension?
we have been doing the Wake and Bake with the Groskies rather regularly, so we are going to have another one of those Saturday morning at 9 a.m.
Sweet.
So make sure you guys have your alarm set for that, and if you don't catch that, come back through Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Bro Show Live.
And we'll also be back at the Fledge on the 19th. So see you all there.
Nice.
They are not
Thanks for
having.
letting me hang out, guys.
Hey man,
Yeah,
thanks
yeah,
for
we're glad to have
for
you.
doing the show and tell and a little bit of DIY with Anything Grows here, making the gravity bonds and everything else. So, you know, I mean, I think it was an educational broadcast. What do you think?